apartment number is this?
48.
48, okay. Ooh. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 13 of 220 Takes. As you can see, we are in a new location.
14.
Episode 14. Maybe call this episode 48 Takes, because we're in apartment 48 with our friends. Why don't we introduce ourselves over here?
Well, I'm Luke.
I'm Luke. I'm Christian.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yep,
and as always, you know, the regular hosts,
Yep.
you know us. If you don't know us by now, why are you even watching?
Then you just don't watch.
You just don't watch. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. We're going to start off. We got a pretty packed agenda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'll delve into, you know, some personal items, and then we'll jump into some league hopping. We got some pretty big news in across leagues.
CFP.
Okay. And then we'll jump into the NFL, Bears, Packers. Obviously, you know, we'll talk about stardom, sit-em.
We gotta do a little better job at that this week.
Yeah. Hey, chill. And then we'll make our picks for next week.
Okay. Let's start with personal.
Yeah, let's jump right in. How are we feeling?
Finals week.
Yeah, finals week.
How's everybody studying going?
I'm doing great. I'm finishing my last final now.
Chris has been working on his final.
My 24-page lesson plan. Yeah.
For how long you think, Connor?
Oh,
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah. Shout out SED 344.
What is that?
What is that? Sedimentary.
Special education. So, great experience. I'm very thankful for the class. The final's just not fun to do.
How about you, Luke? Any finals?
Me, Luke, or him, Luke?
Which one?
Luke.
I'm all done, man.
You're all
done
done?
with all my finals.
Oh.
I'll just get
I
out
got
of
an
here.
online final, but that doesn't count.
Oh no, I think that still counts though.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
then I got one more. I got
that's
one more
just
final.
Okay.
One more final.
What about you guys down there? How are we feeling about finals?
Well, I got 3 finals. I got one tomorrow at 7:50 in the morning, so not looking forward to that.
What class is that?
But KNR 181 anatomy.
I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah, so
So sorry.
Well, I
3
mean,
finals.
that's just the body. I feel like
I've been there.
that should be easy. I feel
Oh,
like. That's just the body.
Okay, you take the class.
I know about the body.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I'm a female body.
Okay, buddy, sure. Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
go back to talking
All
about
right. Yeah.
What the?
Yes, I know what you I don't know.
I don't know. That's actually my favorite thing.
Actually, it is. That is my favorite.
All right, Christian. How about you?
I got a couple finals, only one in person. Shout out IT 351. Fun class, but other than that, it's looking up. Excited to get out of here, go home, celebrate the holidays with the family,
Yeah.
and a month off and do nothing.
Yep. You know, a couple casino trips here and there.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, we are gonna go to the casino on New Year's Eve, or not New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve.
Hey, maybe both.
Maybe both. You never know.
Maybe we'll film that.
Probably not.
Little 220 takes at the casino episode.
Yeah.
That would be something special.
As for us, my finals for me, I had one on Saturday. I had one today. I have 2 on Wednesday, and then I'm done. I'm looking to take tomorrow for a rest day since, you know, I injured my ankle playing basketball today.
Yep.
Chill, probably play some Marvel Rivals. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Should you talk about
I guess
your
I don't
injured?
How I got
Or
injured?
do you want me to say?
No,
Because you were going up for that dunk.
Oh yeah. So I was going up for that
But
dunk.
the guy hit you low.
Yeah, the guy hit me low, so
You
I
still
kind of
slammed it. Though.
I still
You just-
slammed it, but then I kind of like did a backflip because he hit, as I was looking at it, he hit me from
Landed it.
behind, dunked it, landed it, but then as I was landing, my ankle kind of twisted a little bit, and then you know, caught the ball on the thing, but
We're
you
just
know,
glad you're okay though.
yeah, the game-winning dunk, by the way.
Yeah.
Posterized somebody.
Yeah.
All in all, I thought it was a good game.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we won that game.
Yeah. Well, that's. I don't think we have anything else to say about. I mean, it's just finals week. You know, we've all just been practicing, preparing for the finals, and you know, we'll be locked in. We all get good grades.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
I was gonna ask, any Christmas plans?
Oh yeah.
I know Luke's got some Christmas plans.
Yeah.
Luke
Oh,
M. Luke M has some Christmas plans.
I'm going to Disney World for my
Whoa.
21st birthday. So
He's going to Epcot.
so I drink the world.
Nice.
You're gonna drink the
Legally.
world?
You're gonna drink
That's
the
a
whole
lot of
world.
water, man. That's a lot of water.
Yeah. What are you most looking forward to drinking?
Like what drink?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know. I'm not 21.
Or what country?
Oh, but like when you are.
Oh, which country? Oh, like which country?
Yeah.
India.
It's not a country. There.
Wait,
Doesn't come to mind when I'm thinking
Oh,
about
not there. Okay.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, yeah, I'm not familiar with the countries that you can drink from.
I know
Probably
Germany.
Mexico though.
Oh, Mexico.
Ooh,
Okay.
is it
Cerveza?
a margarita?
Yeah, a little margarita
Cigarette.
maybe.
Okay.
Something a little fruity.
Okay.
You like fruity?
Yeah.
I like a margarita.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I like a margarita.
No. Are we like in lime or strawberry?
Oh, well, I don't know. I've never had one, so.
But like based on how you feel about
Probably
lime or
not.
strawberry.
Probably-
Your parents.
Well,
recommend
strawberry. Have you ever had like a strawberry flavored anything?
Well,
It's not very
obviously
good.
it's for 21,
It's not very good. I'm more of a. I like lime.
Straight up
Yeah.
lime. Okay.
Like some
But
lime
obviously you've
juice.
never had one before.
No. I just
Yeah.
meant like the fruit.
Yeah.
Like the lime juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lime water. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
kind of water.
Yeah. Anybody else got big Christmas plans?
Well, I'm going to the Packers game versus the Saints
No.
on the. I think
Loss.
I'm going. I'm not sure yet.
Come
The
on,
day before Christmas Eve. So Packers game on day
Wow.
before Christmas Eve, then Christmas Eve to the casino,
And then
it's Christmas.
So
I don't
those
think
are
you
big
could
ones?
name a better 3-day stretch.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah. Let's see.
Probably anything that's like LeBron does. Like anything LeBron's doing.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna affect LeBron's legacy, but
Shout out LeBron.
Yeah, shout out LeBron. Hey,
Thanks for
low-key.
commenting.
Oh yeah.
LeBron commented on our last video.
Did he really?
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
What did he say?
He said would love to join the pod, but too busy with.
Well, but
basketball.
low key though, I don't know if we'd have him on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because like
It's easy.
we're kind of above that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get Bronny.
Maybe Bronny.
Maybe
You know, we don't want to
Bronny.
give LeBron that type of platform.
Maybe
you know?
more of an MJ situation. I think we tried
Yeah.
him for, but you know, it's
Yeah.
just,
Well,
anyways.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
thank
You know,
LeBron.
this casino trip gonna be valid. I think we're gonna win big.
Connor just won big the other day.
I did
So,
actually. On
Why?
Friday, we went to the casino.
Yep.
Turned 100 into 300.
On slots.
Okay.
On slots.
Slots.
On slots.
Slots played
slots.
played a little bit of video blackjack.
Paradise.
Yeah, Paradise.
Paradise again.
I hit on 20 again, Ace.
Nicely done.
No way. No.
No, but I sat down at a table, an actual blackjack table, and there was this old lady there, and she was like,
She was cooking them.
you don't split tens, do you? And I was like, no. And then she was like, okay, well then you can play here. And I was like, I didn't know I had to get through pass a riddle in order to sit down and play blackjack.
Yeah, what?
A certain qualification.
And you know what I do with my tens is none of your business.
Seriously.
So like,
What do you know about tens, Connor? Realistically, just
let's just
will
say
I
it
will I
wasn't
know
dealt to
will I
line.
know you need a 10 to get a blackjack?
okay.
10 and an ace, ace king,
10 comes after 9.
ace queen,
That too. Also before 11.
ace jack.
Just to name a
ace
few.
10.
Just
you know,
to name a
few.
few.
Just to name a few of my
Knows
favorite.
his stuff.
Just to name a few of my favorite
He's a
blackjacks.
savant, man. He knows.
Jack ace.
Ace Jack.
Yeah. Just an ace of spades and of jack and hearts. You know, just to name a few. But yeah, it was a good trip. Hopefully we can replicate it when we go again.
Yeah.
But you know, with Christmas coming up, what's your guys' favorite Christmas movie?
Ooh.
That's light work.
Chris,
I
we'll
got
start with
mine.
you.
Christmas Vacation.
Okay, that's
Easily.
valid. That's valid.
Classic.
That's valid.
Good music. Good
Yeah.
story.
Easy.
Easy.
I don't want to glaze or anything, but I mean, I don't want to say that's my answer, but I mean,
It's a good
it's up there. Elf. I don't
Elf
think I'm gonna
is
say Elf. I
classic.
think I'm gonna say Elf.
Okay.
Dude, I was gonna say that. No, I gotta go something different.
You don't have to.
I can't glaze.
I can
Sure
think of
you
another one. I can think of another one.
I was gonna think like, I was either gonna say Home Alone
Okay.
or I was gonna say Polar Express.
Oh,
Those are some of yeah.
just say a few.
Just to name a few.
But if you had to name one.
Probably Home Alone,
Okay.
the first one.
Oh, the first. Yeah.
You know what's funny about Elf is actually that I've heard some people say that you look like Will Ferrell.
Oh yeah. You know, I actually get that all the
I've
time.
actually
Actually.
heard some
Yeah.
people.
Thank you.
I can see.
I thought it was you the first time I met.
Oh.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
You know, I get
Anyway.
Leonardo DiCaprio all the time.
Yep.
Didn't
Tom
someone
Hanks.
call you Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
It was at the casino. Actually.
Yeah. That old lady actually.
Yeah, bro. That was.
She was like, "Are you
awesome.
Tom Cruise?" I was like, "No."
If he was Tom Cruise, he would have been able to split tens.
Yeah. She was like, "If you are Tom Cruise, I'll let you split tens, but if you're not, you can't split the tens."
No. Probably Elf though.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a crazy stat they just showed.
Luke. Alt.
Yeah, I like Elf too, but I'm gonna change it up. Childhood movie, loved it growing up. Gotta go with Polar Express.
Okay, valid.
Yep.
I
I mean, these have all been phenomenal answers. Like, they were all at the top of my list. Christmas Vacation's obviously a classic. Home Alone's incredible.
Just to name a few.
What was that, Connor?
Just to name a few.
Just name a few. But the real one's got to be Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Oh,
Always a
valid.
classic. Jim Carrey is the man.
You like that better than the original animated one?
It's got to go Jim Carrey, the original animated, and then the new animated
Yeah.
one that came out with.
I do want to throw out here Charlie Brown Christmas.
That's
Okay.
valid.
That's
That's
valid.
Hey,
It's definitely like top 60.
Christmas
should I throw out
Top 60.
Die Hard?
No,
Oh,
that's
I
not
don't
a
think we need to
Christmas
get. We don't
movie.
need to get
That's
into
not
that
a
debate right
Christmas
now.
Someone say it. Someone say it.
It's not a Christmas movie.
It's not a Christmas
Say
movie.
it. Say that again.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's an action movie
What?
that just happens to take place on Christmas.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Well,
you heard a
to-
crazy take.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
I
sue
agree
me.
though.
Sue me.
Okay.
Sue me.
There ain't much to take.
220 take.
Yeah.
About a baby.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Oh.
We're PG. We're PG. We're PG.
Okay.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother trucker.
Oh, nice.
Famous line from the movie.
Got you.
It's my favorite.
Cut that.
Cut that. Well, if that's all. I mean, I think we covered pretty much Christmas. You know, we still got a couple weeks before Christmas anyway.
Yeah.
So let's save some of the big Christmas topics for when Christmas comes up.
I like that.
And let's jump now into league hopping. We'll start first with the MLB because I'm sure the next league we have more to talk about.
Yep.
But let's just talk about how Juan Soto signed the biggest sports contract of all time to the Mets. How do we feel about that?
I don't have much input here because I wasn't following the whole situation though. But I just know it was a surprise that he chose the Mets over the Yankees. I heard he chose the wrong New York team. But, you know, that's why I'm excited to see someone get paid that much money.
Mhm.
But I still don't understand the 15-year contract. Like, you know, I feel like that's someone's whole career. So I will never understand signing someone for that great of a time period.
Yeah, the MLB always has those long contracts. I
How
know-
long was it?
15 years.
It's like his entire career.
Yeah.
But then again, baseball's not a
How
sport.
old is he?
Just kidding, just
24,
Oh, okay.
That's like his entire career.
maybe younger than that. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Mahomes set that record. Like he has he signed a
He had
10-year
signed a
extension.
10-year.
Yeah.
So I mean that was pretty unprecedented in football, I believe. But baseball, that's low key par for the course. Contract. I mean, Harper back in when he signed a 13-year deal with the Phillies. This is just light work. It's the money, honestly, that makes it
Yeah.
crazy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think Juan Soto low key, in my opinion.
Stop playing with your.
So my bad.
So are you saying
I don't
Juan
think-
Soto's overrated?
I'm not saying he's overrated, but I just don't think he should be the highest paid player in the league.
Okay. So you're saying Juan Soto's better than Shohei?
I'm not. I didn't say that.
I'm saying that. I'd be willing to go on record as saying that.
That Juan Soto is better than Shohei.
Absolutely. Dodgers were going to the World Series before Shohei Ohtani got there. Shohei Ohtani elevated them to another level, yes. But the Yankees were not going to get anywhere close to the World Series last year without Juan Soto. Juan Soto's that upper echelon player.
I don't think.
Wow.
Going back to that contract length thing, that's something that you see in baseball with the young superstars. Shohei did it. Harper did it. I believe Judge did it as well. I mean, they want to lock these guys down for good when they're young and make sure that you keep your man. That's all this is.
Interesting.
We love
Any other
keeping our
comments on
names.
that?
I
Agree,
mean-
disagree?
I mean, I just think Shohei brings a whole different level to the playing field because he pitches as well.
I mean,
You have a Cy Young pitcher and an MVP batter on the team as the same player.
Because that's the thing too. They won the World Series last year, but now he's going to be pitching next year.
Yeah.
So it just brings another element.
who knows what level that returns to because he's coming off his second Tommy John surgery.
Hey, people have come up from
Who
Tommy
knows?
John and played good.
Yeah, he had one, I think, when he was in Japan. He had
Oh.
one 2 years ago.
Wow.
So who knows where that arm is and how many innings he can get out of that arm.
Who's Tommy John?
Did
Did he also just sign a contract?
Tommy John was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first person to get the Tommy John surgery,
Oh,
and that's why it's named after him.
is that true?
Yes.
Okay. It's a surgery?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was a guy.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's all we had pretty much for baseball. Shout out Juan Soto. We'd love to have you on the pod. Maybe give us some money.
And Shohei.
And Shohei, yeah.
One of my
Let's
favorite.
jump now to college football.
Well, before
Oh.
also, but college football, yes, but I want to talk about before we get into the bracket or the 12-team playoff. UNC, they're looking for a new head coach, and Bill Belichick interviewed. What do we think about this? And I heard some, stipulations coming out of that. Part of the agreement, if he does become the head coach, was that his son would follow and be his predecessor, and be the UNC head coach someday. And then there was a couple other things. But what do we think about this?
I just think he's too old.
Yeah.
I think 78. I think he is.
Yeah.
Or 72 or something. I just think that's old. And he's dating a sophomore in college or something, like a 23-year-old.
Does she go? Does she go to UNC?
I don't think so.
Because that would make sense.
Someone needs to
That makes sense.
to Google that one.
But I did see he was on the Pat McAfee show, I think, and he was like, if I do take the job, I'd run it like an NFL team. Just get these players ready to play professional style football.
I feel like that's a no-brainer that he would say that. I don't know why he would want to do that. I mean, maybe for his son, but I mean, he doesn't need any more money. He doesn't need any more stress. He should just live his life, man, and do his TV interviews.
I mean, the guess I have is he's trying to prove that he was more than Tom Brady. Because, I mean, yeah, he had 6 Super Bowls, but he won 0 without Tom Brady as his quarterback. I mean, he had Mac Jones, took him to the playoffs once, but who knows if that was just a fluke, if that was actual coaching. I don't know. I think he's trying to prove he still has something left to give, and he's somebody that's career wasn't defined by Tom Brady.
I like that.
Yeah, I just don't think UNC is the place to do that, though.
Well, and I think it's a different animal when you go to when college football now, because they have all the NIL stuff, and it's who's going to give you the most money. So I think might be something. I mean, he's obviously thinking about that part, but that's a whole different thing that he hasn't been really a part of. Because I mean, sure, he might be a part of that, during his days at the Patriots, but like, I don't know. I feel like there's a whole different side of like the recruiting part of the college football that's different from the NFL.
I guess, and I guess maybe some 5-stars would prefer, instead of going to like a better school per se, they'd want to play for him.
That coaching prestige?
Yeah, for the coaching prestige.
No, for sure.
I'm sure UNC's going to have an A+ coaching prestige.
Oh, yeah.
After,
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. They also had the A+ coaching prestige with Mack Brown, but Mack Brown got too old. The game passed him by.
Yeah.
If I'm UNC, this is kind of just spinning the tires and going with the same hire.
Mack Brown's not Bill Belichick, though.
Right, but he is respected in college football. Not on the same level, but he is considered to be one of the best coaches of all time in college football.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I personally don't think he'll take the job, but we'll see. Now let's jump into this playoff.
Okay.
The bracket came out on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yep.
Interesting bracket to say the least. Does anybody can somebody pull it up really quick?
I don't have any.
I can pull it up.
All right, Chris got it.
Well, the big thing is that
Screenshot of it.
obviously Alabama didn't get in.
Fair,
Indiana,
I think.
I think it's fair. Indiana's in. SMU got in. And that's where they would have thought Alabama would have been. So I don't know. Anybody think that Alabama should have got in?
Wait, that's a projection.
Personally, I don't, because their only like big team they lost to was Tennessee, but then they also lost to Vanderbilt, and then was it Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you lose 2 games like that, you shouldn't be in the college playoff. Like,
I
sorry,
agree. 100%
even if you're
agree.
Alabama or Ohio State, if you lose games you should win, you shouldn't be in.
I got it pulled up. Any questions? Should I read it off to see?
Yeah, read off
Yeah,
the
you
seed.
can read
Who
it.
has
Okay.
the bye? Well,
So
I think we know
the
who has
4
bye,
teams with
but-
the bye is Oregon, Georgia, Boise, and ASU.
Yeah.
Shout out Arizona State.
Go Devils.
Forks up.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Big 12 snuck into the top 4, but I think they had to do with Clemson winning. But going down from there, 5 seed, we have Texas. So then we have Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Tennessee, Indiana, SMU, and Clemson.
Are we surprised that Texas lost to Georgia?
A little bit, honestly.
I thought they were gonna win.
I thought they were going to win, but I'm not surprised that they lost because I think Georgia definitely was a lot more physical than Texas. Like, I think they definitely did a good job at the line of scrimmage.
Low key. I don't know if this is a hot take or anything, but Georgia low key might be better off if Carson Beck doesn't play.
That's a hot take.
That's
No,
a very
I actually
hot
kind of
take.
agree with that.
I don't.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. I think he's washed.
Yeah.
I think like
How do you pull a Kevin Richards?
when
Did we see the backup play though?
Gunner
Yeah.
Stockton, bro.
He looked good for the
Okay.
first drive.
Okay,
Top 5
take-
game of all time,
no,
honestly.
Take away that first
Yeah.
drive.
That's
Dude
it.
had a horrible completion percentage and threw a pick.
yeah, but Carson Beck's been playing like that like almost the whole season. I
Yeah.
feel like except for the beginning maybe.
I don't know. I just don't think you want to throw someone new into your system this late, especially in a playoffs where
No,
Carson
but
Beck
they have-
has experience.
But they might have to
time.
play.
They have time to get them into the rhythm of the
Hey,
offense.
but
they
you're
have
not going to get
they
that
have
playoff environment.
they have like
experience,
3
so
weeks into. Well, he played in the SEC championship.
That is not.
Yeah,
the
but
same
that
as
was
the
getting
playoffs.
thrown into
or a
the
national
fire and-
championship.
We
I
see
mean, it's the closest he'll get to a playoff experience, and
Well, yeah,
honestly, it's pretty
obviously.
close than just playing like a Week 5 game against Old Dominion.
Yeah.
But like, I think they have like what 2 or 3 weeks before round 1 even starts, and they have a bye, so they could just have them out there at practice all day.
we see it
And
all.
it's not like he has to worry about finals or anything.
Yeah, those are done by someone else on the team.
Yeah.
We see it all the time though in the NFL where these backups come in and they look like really good, and then teams are able to get film on them, and then they just suddenly are terrible. And I'm afraid that might happen if they decide to go with the backup for Georgia, and he just bombs.
I think it's definitely different in college football though, but because I mean, watch just a small like amount of time that I got to watch Gunner Stockton play. I thought that the things that he was doing out there, it's either the same or I think it was just all the same that Carson Beck could do. Like, I didn't see anything Carson Beck could do that Gunner Stockton couldn't.
That's
I feel
kinda
like.
The example.
He's
That's
Gunner's
a hot take.
definitely more of a runner.
Definitely.
Yeah, he
than
gives them more of
Carson Beck.
a variety, which is like if the other team, if the team's running the ball, then they have to account for 2 things: the run and the pass at all times. So I think that's like that goes into game planning big. So
Yeah, but he ran 8 times for 8 yards.
I think
Well, they take sacks away from.
why are you glazing Carson Beck right now? Do you have some?
I'm the biggest Carson Beck hater, but it's just like
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I just think this is an Anthony Richardson situation. Guy makes a couple plays and people start glazing him, and he'll come out the first game and play absolutely horrific. So, I'm not a hater of Gunner, man. I'm a big Gunner guy, but I just don't think he's good at football.
So, I mean, Georgia's got a couple things working for them, too. They have that bye week. And then
Plus, they have one of the best teams in the country.
that, too. They have
Or
skill-wise and
recruits, yes.
talent-wise, Georgia is one
So
of the
that
best
helps.
teams in the country, bar none. They go into playing yet
They
another...
better watch out driving around campus though.
Yeah, no, they can't do that. Or send Snapchat pictures, I guess.
Yeah.
They also have an easy path, though, just really quickly. They'll play the winner of Indiana and Notre Dame.
That's also a
Oh,
virtual
well,
home game for them, again,
Indiana's
because it's the
winning.
Peach Bowl, which takes place in Atlanta. So
They're
that's
so
back-to-back
lucky.
games where they get to play virtual home game. I think it's going to come down to how do they feel about Carson Beck? Can they get that arm to where it needs to be? If they can, I think you'll see Carson Beck. If not, I would not be surprised to see Gunner Stockton taking that first snap in the Peach Bowl.
Yeah, because what would you rather have? Carson Beck, who's got a hurt arm still, it's still kind of a little bit banged up, but he could go out there and play, or would you rather have Gunner Stockton, who's fully healthy?
I mean, probably the backup just for Carson Beck's future
Especially
sake.
Especially if they could play Indiana or Notre Dame, but it's a easier game. But they did just get into a shootout with Georgia Tech. So.
I haven't seen somebody tank their draft stock harder than Carson Beck did this season.
Yeah.
Bro, I said that last podcast.
I know, and I'm just.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
reiterating what you said.
Hey, you know who tanked it more, though? Jalen Milroe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
low key.
That's just because he had more stock.
Dude's more of a running back
To
than
tank.
Lamar.
So who do we think is gonna win it all?
Ooh, should we go down
I
the
still
line?
got Oregon. Or my sleeper picks Boise, even though they have a bye.
I'm liking. I think. I low key think Notre Dame could win it
Really?
all. I do.
Wow.
Nah,
I do.
because they're not going to win. NIU beat them.
NIU's nice though.
Hey, when it exactly.
They're gonna be to field goal to win the game, and then they're gonna think about NIU, and they'll be like,
Bro.
oh, I really want to be the NIU
Hey,
kicker that wins the
I
game.
want
and then he's
to
gonna
quote
miss
this. I want to quote this comment that we got on TikTok. But like, when is it time to give up the NIU game? They've been
Never. I'll
they've
never
been
give it up.
They've been a much better team.
I mean, that
since
game
then.
happened in August. You really, it's
Did it
December
actually?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
I'll
why do
never
people
give
still
it up.
remember it, man? You know?
Ever.
You'll never. I mean, no one will ever forget that you are a power school and you lost to a school that's a directional school. You'll never.
And it was NIU's best win in history.
Yeah, program history.
Program history,
That
for
was
sure.
a program-defining win.
Yeah.
Shout out, Cannon Whittle hit the game winner. I sat next to him in physics. In high
Played
school.
soccer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They went to school together.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else have any predictions for who's gonna win?
I
Clemson.
got-
Actually, no. Penn State, low-key.
Nah.
I was kind of
look at
I
how
was
they
kind of
played
thinking
Oregon.
the same thing. They
Look
played
at how they
pretty good.
played Oregon.
Dude, James Franklin can't win a big game to save his life.
Hey, neither can Ryan Day, though.
Yeah, Ohio
So-
State ain't winning. anytime.
Ohio State's probably going to lose in the first round.
My winner and sleeper come from the same side of the bracket. I'm taking Oregon as the favorite. I'm with Evan. They've looked unstoppable all year.
That is
Really
true.
only faltered once against Wisconsin on the road, but they still pulled it out. If not, I gotta go with Tennessee. I like the run game. Dylan Sampson is good. Nico Iamaleava has proven himself at points this year. I don't think he's the man yet. I think that this could be the coming out party for him. I think it's going to come down to that Oregon-Tennessee game. Whoever wins that game, in my opinion, will win the national championship this year.
Okay.
I got Texas next year.
I didn't know.
Arch
How do
Manning.
you feel about?
Arch
I didn't know you knew ball like
The
that.
Manning.
I know ball.
Yeah, I was going to say
I see that real
Texas.
quick.
Texas next year.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I like
you
that.
know
But
ball?
You can just turn it.
You know ball? Who's winning the Heisman?
Ashton.
Mm,
I'd rather
No,
have
he's
the
not.
greatest
I want
at one
Ashton.
position than okay at both positions.
Hey, Snaps ain't a
Actually,
stat.
they said-
Snaps ain't a stat.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Actually, they said Travis Hunter is top 3 in each position.
I'd rather still Ashton. It goes.
No way.
Who is the second best running back in college football?
According to NCAA college football, it's Ollie Gordon. So
Which that's definitely
That's
not true.
not true.
I'd probably say
Cam Scatabo.
Yeah, ball knows.
he's the best, bro. He's the best running back.
Yeah, according to him, he is
Yeah,
the best
according-
running
yeah.
back.
I think Oregon is a good running back. I think Penn State's running back's pretty good.
Singleton.
Nick
Yeah.
Singleton or Alex? Is it Nick or Alex?
Nick.
Both.
Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Genty should win.
Yeah.
Who's winning the Natty?
It's got to be Notre Dame. Right?
Okay.
It's definitely Notre Dame.
Bro, those Irish know how to fight.
Bro, Indiana's a free win.
I
They're
don't.
not losing to Indiana.
Yeah.
And then they're beating Georgia easy.
I'll-
Georgia always gets nerfed with their quarterback.
Uh,
If they had a good quarterback, they would win every
hey,
year.
predict the
Against
final score of the Notre Dame Georgia game.
Notre Dame Georgia game.
Why not Notre Dame?
Probably that's like 60-0
Oh, really?
against Indiana.
Oh, it'll
I'm
be,
gonna
it'll be
clip
like that.
this.
Indiana's a fraud.
It'll be like that TCU Natty.
Yes, just absolutely destroy them. No, against Georgia, Georgia's dropping 10 points.
Okay,
10
so a little
points.
60 to 10.
Yeah.
Little bit.
One touchdown, one field goal.
Okay.
Actually, 9 points. They're gonna miss the extra.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, they're gonna go over 2 and miss.
Or 3
Yeah.
field goals.
Yeah, no,
No, there's 1.
Touchdown to safety.
no, and Notre Dame is scoring 24.
So 24-10.
Yeah,
24-9.
24-9.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Write
we'll
that
see
down.
how it
Someone
plays
write
out.
that down.
We'll see how it plays out. Well, Notre Dame's got to get out of the first round first, but
Yeah.
like you said, that's a free win.
60
Indiana's terrible.
I don't know, man.
They haven't played it.
They're 11-1.
Yeah,
They
so-
haven't
They
played
played Ohio State.
Biggest point
and
differential in the
lost.
nation.
Yeah. What's their schedule ranking?
Ooh,
tough
pretty
years?
low.
Not
It was like in the
Not
hundreds. It
great.
was not good.
Kurt Signetti though.
Yeah.
the merger.
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
The merger. What y'all know about the merger?
A lot.
nothing.
What was the merger?
The merging of teams. and
Yeah,
places.
actually, that is fact.
I know. I know the
Kurt
merger.
Signetti came over from James Madison and brought like half the 90% of the
It was
roster
like
with
it was like a primetime
Jamie.
situation. Coach Prime. Yeah.
him. Yeah, actually, he brought baggage.
Yeah.
Maybe not Louis, but
Definitely coach.
Coach. I'd be coaching Prado with that one.
All right. Well, I think that's it. That's all of our CFB segment.
Let's not talk about the
We gotta talk about
What?
NBA Cup.
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay.
No.
Well, I had it down.
Okay.
I had it down, but I didn't want to talk about it.
Okay, so
We'll just wait till it actually the actual
it.
tournament.
Let's wait till the
Yeah.
final.
Yeah, the
We gotta wait
Warriors.
till
The Warriors
Final
are winning
game.
it.
There's too much to uncover there.
Yeah.
we're gonna
Which
skip
one's
the NBA Cup. I got the Pacers though.
It's
I got the
happening. That's all we
Warriors.
know. It's happening.
I got the Warriors.
I got the Bucks,
I got
obviously.
the Bucks. I'm with Ev. I got the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
No. Bucks.
It's Bucks. It's gotta be Bucks.
Bucks are going.
They're hot right now.
Chris Middleton's back.
Yeah, he's nice.
He's nice with it.
Everybody's nice.
He's nice with it.
Everybody nice?
Yeah.
It's just Giannis, man.
Yeah,
It's just Giannis.
it's the Giannis show, man.
Giannis
Giannis
versus all.
just runs up the middle and makes a layup.
I didn't want to say one other thing about Notre Dame. I didn't know how much of cause a riot in the comment sections of our TikTok about how I said that. When are we gonna put Notre Dame in an actual conference?
Is this an apology?
It's not an apology. They still should be in a conference. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the recruiting. I don't care what any of the comments say. Every other team has to be in a conference,
That's not
and
true.
so should they.
Army and Navy's not in the conference.
Yes, they
Well,
are.
they got
Army
their-
literally won a conference championship.
Well, I thought there are other independent schools.
Not really. I think it's literally
Where are
just
they?
them.
But where are they?
You don't know.
They're not relevant.
You don't know.
There's no.
So, like,
I'm
who
pretty
cares?
sure someone has to fact check me. There are no more independent schools anymore
think he's
besides
right.
Notre Dame.
I think.
And I'm with Evan. There's no excuse in the year 2024 why you cannot be in a conference.
They just say it's because of the money purposes and because we recruit. When is everybody gonna let this go?
Right.
But like they can be in a conference for every other sport besides football. Like they're in the ACC for everything else.
they're-
But for some reason,
You know what's funny? You know what's
hang
funny?
on.
The COVID year they joined the ACC and then won the conference.
right?
So
So like
what doesn't matter?
They're actually Big Ten in hockey. We found out.
So they'd have a
Oh,
bye.
is that
watches
facts?
who watches college hockey?
we need to get in.
That'd be crazy.
That's insane.
Connecticut.
Talk now.
Connecticut is
Connecticut's going to the Mack next year though.
Okay.
Woohoo.
Well
For
then,
football.
Well, it's technically no, never mind.
For football, at least they're going to the.
Well, yeah, it's the only thing.
And I use winning the Natty next year. So
Northern Iowa.
Notre Dame should probably join the Mack division so that NIU can shit on them every year.
That'd be.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame would be like 7-5 maybe in the MAC. Maybe?
Imagine Notre Dame.
6-6.
Except for when they play in Notre Dame.
Imagine Notre Dame
all
having to
11
travel to DeKalb, Illinois for a road game in November.
Hey,
on
they're gonna have
Tuesday.
to after they paid us all that money to come to them and then they
Us,
lost.
Yeah,
true. Us.
Yeah,
Us.
we don't even.
You are not a Husky.
We go to.
I'm a Husky.
You are a Redbird.
roll birds.
Are you transferring? Is this a transfer announcement?
Yeah, I'd like to announce my official
This is gonna be bad for the
not transfer to NIU. But sorry, I'm talking as if I'm a Husky, but I'm not. I just get fired up about this topic sometimes because the comment section is really getting to me. And
self-conscious.
yeah, I can't sleep at night ever since that
Good
one
job.
came out. Everybody just clowning my Notre Dame takes.
I would
But,
like to let this be known that I really don't care what Notre Dame does.
Oh, now you
Oh,
don't.
sure, you
But when
wanna
the
be a
camera's
people
off,
pleaser.
I didn't
when
even
the
say. I
camera's
didn't
off,
even.
this guy's
I did.
back
I did not
off.
say that. I literally did not say
I
that.
hate Notre Dame and everyone that
No.
goes there. See?
I never
He's
said
trying to
that.
switch up now.
Yeah,
He's
he's
trying to
trying
I'm
switch
not
up.
switching up, bro. They're literally putting words into my mouth.
don't let this guy fool you. And roast him in the comment section
No, don't do that. All right,
when this
let's
gets
jump.
clipped.
Let's jump. We're done with the CFB segment now.
Let's talk NFL.
Yeah, this is the meat and potatoes of the episode today.
Num num num.
A lot of words there, man.
Yeah,
lot of
chill,
food.
chill.
Not a lot of news this week except for the Chiefs clinched their division.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo clinched their division last week. I think we talked about it. Maybe. Did
Lions
we?
clinch a playoff spot too.
Yeah.
Lions clinched a playoff spot when they beat the Packers. And then the only other thing is that Derek Carr got hurt. I think, with all the hospital passes he's been throwing, it might have been time. He
Karma.
tried to hurdle somebody. He thought he was that
Taysom
guy.
Hill.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill is also hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's backing up then in New Orleans? If it's-
Spencer
Spencer
Rattler.
Rattler.
Spencer Rattler.
Do not pick him up in fantasy.
That's a sit.
Must
Don't
sit.
tell Luke he loves to pick up quarterbacks and then gatekeep them.
Dude, he picks up he treats quarterbacks like
I totally don't
loose
have-
change. Like I'm gonna pick up this quarter right here and just hold on to it, and then like
Fumble.
tell everybody it's worth $1.
I totally don't have 5 quarterbacks on my roster right now, all starting.
Joe
Yeah,
Flacco.
for me.
Come from Luke
I only have
when I
3.
need them.
I have 3.
So
I think I have 4.
Actually, I
right
have
now.
4.
I have 4 right now.
I have Derek Carr.
Gardner
So-
Minshew.
Rattler coming in then for you.
I
Chris?
mean,
No, I will be starting Josh Allen and Kyler Murray. again,
Okay, yeah,
so-
okay.
Or
Yeah,
Bo
you
Nix.
can't be-
Solid
you
dude.
don't even need other quarterbacks. You
No.
just need one for one
Yeah.
guy's on bye. That's really all
Yeah,
you need.
that's literally why.
okay, that's pretty much it for the news. There wasn't much this week. Connor, did you have questions?
Nah.
You didn't have any questions
didn't
at
get
all?
Not a single one.
I think my dad fell asleep.
Shout
out, Pops.
Shout out, Pops.
Shout out,
He has told me to start texting him for questions earlier in the day.
Okay,
yeah,
Not like 5 seconds
this was
before
on
they press
you.
record.
This was on you.
I like to say a shout out to the Hoogie head fake. It's actually my favorite move.
Yeah.
And,
I actually pulled that out in a game, and it worked. It worked. Yeah, in the football. Yeah, football.
Really.
Can we talk about how the Chiefs keep like constantly pulling off like these crazy wins at like the end? It just seems like they win every time.
Fumble.
Like, whether it's a fumble, doinked, or went off the crossbar or whatever, field goal. It's like every week.
Yeah,
they
I know
just
you.
somehow
I know
pull
you
it off.
probably. I know you probably watched like the pod last week for sure. So like you know.
Oh,
but,
that's
like,
why you're. Yeah.
But
that makes
like
sense.
I said last week, I feel like the Chiefs have won in every way that the Bears have lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm sure you already heard me say like in the last
At
pod.
this
You listened
point,
to the whole thing.
it's true, especially after a Sunday night win.
I'm
It's
just
beyond
glad.
true.
Matt Nagy actually saw a doink go in.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I'm glad he's gonna be fired this year as well.
He's not gonna get fired.
Yeah, he was. He's on the
Nah,
hot
he's
seat.
got job
Matt
security for
Nagy?
life.
Yeah.
He's got job security
Trust.
for life.
He's coming back to the Bears as head coach.
Low key.
Leave. Gone.
No, I'm open. I'm open to a reunion.
I'm open
not-
to anyone
Absolutely
that's
not.
named
Matt.
Thomas Brown.
I can't do any more Matt and Ryan.
No more Matts.
No more Matt and Ryan.
No more
combos.
old white dudes. Okay.
So you're out on John Gruden then?
Yes.
You don't know?
John
Gruden's in
Gruden's not
Barstool.
leaving the Barstool job.
Yeah.
I
He
think,
hits
I
the
think
yellow
he would
interns.
for a head coaching job. He would for sure leave.
Well, we're not going to give him a lot of money.
We're just gonna get Kyle Shanahan when
Well, he already made all his
We're
money
getting
from
Lincoln
Vegas.
Riley. We already know it's horrible
Oh,
hire.
We're
but
getting
gonna
Lane
get him.
Kiffin.
Ben Johnson. No.
Let's
I
get
think
No, I low key I like. I think we
Fine,
should get the
dude.
Bills OC.
Joe Brady.
Joe Brady. I like him.
I like him a lot too, but I'm trying to remember. There was a point where he fell off against the Panthers and never could really find it.
Hey, but he's back.
What about
The defense is not.
what about the old Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada?
No.
Oh, yeah,
Are
actually.
we just going with guys that shouldn't be hired? Is this what the
Yeah.
segment is right now?
Yeah.
Matt
he-
Patricia.
Yeah. What's he doing?
Hey, what about Mike Vrabel?
I want Mike Vrabel. Like, if they're talking about they want a leader of men, Mike Vrabel is leader of men.
Nah, they need a leader, and then they need to hire Connor Hogan.
Yes.
What are you leader of? The snack
Yeah,
line?
get
Like,
wait.
Chill.
I was gonna say,
Whoa.
lead your
Hey,
team.
hey, the locker room would have the best snacks though, if I'm being for real.
Hey, plead your case to the Bears though. What would you say? You sit down with Ryan Poles. Like who?
What do you tell
Who are you? Oh, I saw this on LinkedIn.
Angel
Like,
McCaskey.
Yeah.
yeah, McCaskey.
First of all, cut Caleb Williams.
Oh, okay.
Trade for Justin Fields.
Yep.
We're not
We're not
circling
starting
back.
this
So
again.
We're not
they
circling
have
back
told
to
you to
this
leave the
argument.
building.
We're not circling back.
No,
to
I'll
this
just say,
argument.
hey, I'm the opposite of whatever Matt Eberflus was. So
A loser.
That's it.
I'm exactly. I'm
You're a winner.
You're a winner. Okay.
Do you have any evidence to prove this?
IEWs.
Third place intramural basketball trophy, I guess. Talked about that
I'm-
last
yeah,
week.
how was your intramural flag football team?
Yeah, you were leader of men on that team.
I
How'd
was.
that go?
I was.
Yeah.
What was our record?
We won a game.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We could have won. We could have won two.
What about that
we could've-
3-touchdown
We should have won
performance?
3 games.
Yeah, that sounds realistic. Yeah, we were talking about that today. Actually, we should have won at least 3 games.
Still not over the fact that we gave up a touchdown 4 on 7.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy.
You know, my
That was crazy.
dad called me after he heard that on the podcast, and he was like that should be like mathematically impossible that even happened.
That wasn't my zone, so I have no idea what happened.
I'm not a good flag puller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I wasn't in the game, so
If it was
not me.
tackle, if it was tackle.
We were watching on the side.
Yeah.
I was just
We're
like,
like,
if
I
they
put
score
pressure.
on this drive, it might be cooked. And then they scored it.
First
on that
play.
First
First
play.
play.
Hey, but we answered back.
We did.
We answered back the next
Never
drive.
forget-
second half.
Never forget. I had a passing, receiving, and rushing touchdown that game.
So
Yeah,
it goes, that
All in the
yeah.
one game.
So it goes you,
It's like
Walter
Josh
Payton, CMC, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
That's some elite company right there.
I mean, if that doesn't prove you enough, Ryan Poles, why I shouldn't have the job then?
Okay.
I mean, come on.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully we see you on the sideline next year.
Yeah, I'd be shaking with the play sheet like.
Shades of Shane.
Bro's got
Waldron.
the Denny's menu.
Yo, chill, bro.
Family Guy.
Chill.
That was Steven.
Chill.
I was having a
All right.
joke about that.
We're running moons over my hammy.
Yeah,
Ready? Break.
All right.
that's valid though. Oh, that
What
would
was the question?
those would be my.
There
play
was
calls.
none.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no questions this week, I suppose.
No one has any questions.
I guess,
Throw an idea out there.
Well,
questions?
questions. Well, I already asked one earlier. Favorite
Realistically, do you want to see the Bears go offensive line or defensive line, assuming they pick within the top 10 in the
O-line.
first round?
O-line.
It'd be stupid if they didn't go O-line.
Our D line's fine.
What about?
It's not
There's
great.
no. I mean, did you
We have no
watch
depth.
Sunday? There was no pass rush at all.
Yeah,
I
but
think you gotta fix
Well, when we get rid of our
we have
play
injuries.
caller as well, our defensive play caller.
that. I guess, but like there was even before we got rid of Eberflus.
No,
there
when
was
Eberflus
pass
was there,
rush.
we were getting pressure.
It wasn't like consistent though.
Nah,
It was
you know what it
intermittent.
is? Our defense is quitters.
That sounds right.
They're just straight up quitters, bro.
Yeah. I'd say that's right.
They know they're trying to get us a better pick.
Well,
I like
then I
that.
respect that, but
Okay,
the
I
defense
like
has lost all my respect.
Yeah.
Well, Jalen Johnson hasn't because he's the reason that Eberflus was fired.
Yeah, but besides him, I don't like Tyreek Stevenson. I low-key want him gone.
He's a bum. He's a fraud.
TJ Edwards was really the only bright spot on Sunday. He was the only
Yeah.
person that seemed like he was trying.
Rome. Or if you
That
just
was-
Well, I'm just talking
Something like
defense,
that.
yeah, but I don't know. I just think the defense is kind of giving up.
Mr.
maybe-
yeah.
That falls on the D coordinator, you know, because I've heard.
Well, that was Eberflus.
Well,
that's
there
what
was
I'm
an
saying.
actual defensive coordinator,
Right.
but Eberflus was calling plays for the
Yeah.
defense.
And I've heard that, you know, the defense has been able to, you know, not practice as hard, get away with some stuff. So it's kind of like our offensive coordinator situation.
Hey, what's with the Niners and getting running backs injured?
It's weird. It's like a curse.
It is.
They're down to their RB4 now.
Yeah.
You know why? It's because Kyle Shanahan is stuck up and he only likes to play Christian McCaffrey when he's healthy. He'll be like no other running back will see the
That's
field.
true.
So
I agree with that.
Except
like-
Debo.
Except Debo.
But Debo doesn't
That's
do anything.
different.
Debo's gonna start
Well-
start at running back this week.
Yeah,
He
you're
should.
you're basically saying that he commits to one running back the entire game,
Yeah.
and then no, because they did the same thing with Jordan Mason.
yeah,
when
he has
McCaffrey
the,
was out.
He has the high and like Jordan Mason showed signs like of promise that he was
He's
a good
good.
running back. Like I think he is a good running back. But then as soon as Christian McCaffrey came back, I think he has the highest like snap percentage out of any team or for running
That does
backs.
make
They have the
sense.
highest snap percentage for their starter.
Does that
So
make sense?
and a guy that just is coming back off of injury. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird that they just pushed him right back into starting the game like the whole time.
Yeah.
They honestly should have started the game with Mason or
Yeah.
whoever was still
Yeah.
the backup. I don't know when he got hurt or whatever, but
I mean, he looked good in that
Yeah.
game until the injury.
yeah.
But obviously, playing him in the snow is always a risk.
And it's so funny because literally I'm pretty sure he's the only team that does that or the only coach that does that.
That's what I was trying
It's
to
like,
say.
it's like the Bears always mix it up with their running backs. You know, I've watched a couple Packers games. They do as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the Lions probably do it the best, but that's just because
Oh,
they have
yeah.
two starters
Right.
pretty much.
I think the Texans are kind of similar with the Niners, where
Yeah.
they literally just give the ball to Mixon
Yeah.
every play.
Yeah,
I like that though. He's on my fantasy team though, so I like that.
Good running back.
Mixing.
but Mixon's also had he has had a fair share of injuries. It's not as
Yeah.
significant as CMC, but like that warhorse mentality where it's the bell cow running back just doesn't exist
Yeah.
anymore because these guys are getting hurt so much now.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about Super Bowl picks right now?
Sure.
Sure.
Because in my opinion, I think there's 5 teams that have the potential to make it and win. For the NFC, you got the Eagles and the Lions, and then the AFC, you got the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Ravens. I think those are the 5 teams that have potential to win.
No
the Super Bowl.
Steelers,
No Steelers.
Not
I
as a
think
dark
they're
horse?
not. I don't think they're.
even though they
legit.
beat the Ravens in the regular season already.
No.
Okay.
I just think for whatever reason, Mike Tomlin really good against his division, and it showed this year.
Actually, it's
So,
true.
but you get him in Arrowhead, he's not winning. So
Interesting.
we'll see on Christmas.
Yeah.
I heard Juju's gonna gritty on the Chiefs logo or on the Steelers logo and film it on TikTok. Are you just bringing that back?
That'd be kind of
Bro,
sick.
that was like what, like 5 years ago?
That was during COVID.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Wow, we're unks.
bro, you're 21.
Yeah, that's unk status nowadays, man. I was playing OG Fortnite the other day, bro.
You're washed?
Washed.
Wow.
I'm not even gonna
These
try.
12-year-olds, man, they were boxing me around. I
Yeah,
was like-
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even boot it up because I'm like, there's no way this is gonna go
I
positive.
was running around like,
What?
it was cooked.
I do have a question for you guys though.
Okay.
Let's say, okay, so Chiefs, they're probably going to get the 1 seed because they're up 2 games now.
Oh yeah.
But let's say for some reason the Chiefs in the playoffs run into the Denver Broncos, do we think they could potentially upset them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I could see it.
They were a blocked field goal away from doing it in Arrowhead.
I think, the amount of karma they've collected with winning these games by one score, they could honestly just get blown out in the playoffs like 49-0.
Yeah.
And I think that would just be a perfect summary of their season.
I don't think so, to be honest. So I think the Chiefs are just a different team in the playoffs, and they've proven that. So I don't think any teams like that would be able to beat them in the playoffs, because I think Mahomes has proved, as much as people hate to see people glaze him. I don't know. He always shows up in the prime time moments, in the big moments. I'm not saying that like a Bills or a Ravens team couldn't beat them, but I don't see any team like really outside of them.
Yeah, I agree. I think the threats to the Chiefs in the playoffs would be the Bills or the Ravens.
The problem with the Broncos take is obviously with the Chiefs getting the 1 seed, Denver's probably going to be the 7 seed, and they're going to probably have to play in Buffalo. And I don't see them winning that game. So I don't think they're going to end up playing them, but you never know. Upsets happen. Bills can't perform in the playoffs. So
This feels different. This feels
They
different.
can't perform. In
Every
the
year feels
championship
different.
usually.
Yep.
Bills Mafia is bad.
This time they don't got that diva Stephon Diggs to ruin it, so I feel like it's different now. There seems to be a
Coleman.
more positive aura around.
Ken
it.
Coleman doesn't play.
Mack Hollins. He
Mack
played
Hollins.
barefooted.
Barefoot Hollins.
Life hacks.
He played barefooted. They let him.
If they let him, if they
Max
let Mac
life hacks.
Hollins play barefoot in
Oh,
the
no.
playoffs, the Bills would be a lot.
Max life hacks valid.
Yeah, they are.
If you know, you know. Mack
Yeah.
Hollins, we'd love to have you on the pod.
Any
Share some
any
life
uh,
hacks.
any life hacks that
Yeah.
we can think of that?
That he's shown us.
The oven one.
I like the blender
I feel
one.
stupid saying
I
it.
like the
Now you gotta say
blender
it.
one.
It's like obviously like that's what you do.
Hey, well, he made a video about it. so
like
people
if you
didn't know about
want your pizza, like you're cooking a pizza in the oven.
Uh-huh.
If you want the crust more crispy,
Yep.
you just put it on the bottom rack.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then like if you don't want it as crispy, you put it on the top rack.
I thought I was talking about the one where
How to get the oven hot.
if you want to get
Oh,
your oven
yeah.
preheated quicker, you broil it.
You
first.
broil it
See, that's a
first
good tip.
to like 500 or whatever. Broil it to whatever you want it to go to, 500 whatever, and then you switch to bake, and it heats up a lot faster. It won't be as like conventional,
Sure.
but then once you turn it on bake, then it will circulate all the air and everything.
What's the blender one's my favorite.
What's the blender?
So you got a
one?
dirty blender,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You got
yeah.
a dirty blender. You're like, oh, I hate cleaning it out. You just fill it with soap and hot water, then blend the
blend
water
it.
inside of
I
it.
feel like this just feels
That's
like
genius.
That's genius. And then boom, it's clean.
this just feels like life.
Oh yeah, and then your dishwasher.
Yeah.
Hey, you started the dishwasher runs, now it's done.
We've all been there.
Oh well, dishes in the dishwasher, they're still a little wet, right? They didn't dry
they are.
completely.
They are.
Just take one of those towels you got, lying around, halfway inside the thing, close it up. All that moisture is gonna soak right into that towel. Hey,
Okay.
Dry.
those dishes will dry up.
bone dry.
Hey, speaking
Bone
of
dry.
a dishwasher, this isn't on Max life hacks, but if you need to wash a bunch of potatoes, put them in the dishwasher.
Throw in the dishwasher?
No soap or soap.
No soap. No
Or
soap.
the
obviously.
washer.
Ooh,
Why is that obvious though?
Well, you don't want your potatoes to be
Oh,
soapy.
Well, you want them to be clean, don't you?
Oh, that's true.
You just
That's a good
see
point.
water with that.
Just the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I heard one the other day. I saw one the other day on TikTok, and this guy proved it right. You ever seen the ones where they show the clip and the guy's like, and then he like tries it
Sells
out
it?
to see if
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like.
yeah.
So this guy, it was potatoes, and he's like, "Oh, how do you peel your potatoes?" This guy like filled up a jar, and then he put a razor blade in it, and then put the potatoes in it, and then he shook it up, and it
What?
shaved the potatoes like
No.
all the way
No way.
clean.
That
Yeah,
works?
and it worked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try
No, that guy was lying.
I gotta
Swear.
get that- if we're gonna do that, I want to get that on film.
Yeah.
Just feels like
You already have.
But a lot of Max hacks are like, they're like just like simple stuff that you're like, well, that's just like, why didn't I think of
Yeah.
that? Like that's not even smart, but like
It's a life hack.
I just been doing it this way the whole time, so why would I switch it up? But
Right.
then he shows you something, and you're like that just makes sense. Why did I not think about that?
Yeah,
It's
shout
not
out
even
Mac
like you have to be
Hollins,
smart.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
shout out Mac Hollins.
All right. I think it's now time to jump to Bears Packers.
Yeah, I'm a little outnumbered.
Yeah, so we'll start with you actually.
I mean, yeah, your game
Or
did start
whichever.
off the week, so
Yeah.
let's start
Yeah,
with
let's
that.
talk about it.
All right, well,
Al,
Wow.
Good game.
Was it?
it was a good game.
Probably one of the best Thursday night games of the year.
That's fair.
It was a great Thursday game.
I think that. I think if I wanted them to win, I thought they were going to win. One thing that showed a lot was that without Jair, where like it hurts us a lot because we have no depth at the corner position, and
You hate seeing Eric Stokes out there.
hate seeing Eric Stokes out there,
Valentine.
and it just compromises a lot of the defensive scheme that we want to run. We can't play as much man and send as much pressure when, we don't have guys that can match up and cover for a certain period of time. So that's something that really, really hurt us that game, especially with how much firepower the Lions have on offense. Obviously, the best team in the NFC. But yeah, I mean, it was a hard loss. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say about it. I think that these next 4 games are definitely all winnable, and I'm hoping that we see the Lions again for a third time in the playoffs. We'll see, but I don't know. You guys have
NFC
any
versus-
questions
Yeah,
about the game?
I had one.
I have one.
Oh, I did see that. I saw a TikTok that like the Packers have 2 receivers that are have the most drops in the NFL.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's another big thing is that they are just drops every single game. I think they're number 2, or last time I checked, they're number 2. That was like 3 weeks ago. They could be higher in drop passes. So that's
Higher than
another
number
thing.
2. That would just be 1.
What?
Higher than number 2. That would just be number 1.
Yeah, that's what.
So
That's what I
they're
meant.
number 1.
Way to spin. That's
They-
some
they
Packers
could be
snack
number
right
one.
there, man.
For those of you that didn't know, higher than number 2 is number 1.
So,
I know a lot of you guys were wondering, but
Little Yachty clip.
yeah, that's a big issue too as well. I think Jordan Love's been playing a lot better. He hasn't been obviously turning the ball over at all anymore.
Oh yeah, we mentioned this on the game actually. Jordan Love after he threw that pick against the Bears, he hit me up, and he was like,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
Hey, I need help limiting my interceptions. I was like, oh, I got you.
So he DM Connor.
so
I don't know why
you
he
gave him some
answered.
lessons?
Yeah.
Well, not at first.
So
Yeah,
did
not
you
at
get-
first. Not at first because I was like, oh, but I'm like a Bears fan or whatever. Like, I don't know if I
Yeah.
can do this. And he was like, well, I'll pay you.
Okay.
He was like, if it really helps.
how much?
How much was it?
I can't say.
Did
Okay, higher or lower? $2.5 million.
Higher. Oh, sorry. I can't say. Sorry.
Higher?
so
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at
Let's
that.
just say, you know how.
4 million.
Hey, he's on that 40 mil contract. Okay.
I was gonna say, is Jordan
Dang.
Love still worth that contract you signed him to in the offseason?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, easily.
Okay, so
Very
what,
easily.
that's top 5 quarterback in the league.
Yes.
Okay,
Bro, I said this last pod, bro.
All
Jordan,
right,
Jordan, Jordan
that's
Love
just
is.
worth reiterating after a loss
Hey,
like that.
listen to this.
I said this
Listen.
last pod, bro. Jordan Love is the Aaron Rodgers of Brett Favre's.
Yeah,
I live by that.
that's yeah.
He was so confused.
He'll
What'd that
ran,
mean?
he'll randomly win.
See?
What'd that mean?
Can you explain that?
He's the Aaron Rodgers of Brett Favre's.
So he's But that
He's the greatest version of Brett Favre.
Aaron Rodgers is the greatest.
No. He's so like Aaron Rodgers is what, a top 5 QB all time?
Yeah.
Aaron
So
Rodgers.
Jordan Love is the Aaron Rodgers
We'll come
of
back to that.
Brett Favre.
So like it.
A top 5 version of Brett Favre
Exactly.
in his career.
Exactly.
Okay. What is that Aaron Rodgers?
Just like how Jameis Winston is the Tom Brady of Jay Cutler's.
Okay, I think I know where you're going.
You know,
I
you
think
get
I
to-
You know,
I
people
guess
do
so,
say like, oh, Jordan Love's he's a mixture of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. I would agree with that to some extent. I think that there are some like, I in my personal opinion, I just don't think you guys will agree because you guys have an obligation not to agree. But I think that there's passes that he makes that there's maybe 2 or 3 other quarterbacks in the league that can't make those throws. And for that reason, I think he's worth it. I think worth the contract. The other thing is, last year, obviously, it was his first year starting. It took him a little bit to get up to speed. And then he played very well. I think this year, in a lot of ways, is similar to that because the first game of the season, he gets injured. He comes back 2 games later, trying to get back, gets injured again in the middle of the season, And I think these last 3 games is when he's actually been, fully healthy and kind of getting back into the flow. So, and now he's looked good. He hasn't been turning the ball over. He's been able to run a lot more. But I think that's a big factor there that nobody really thinks about as well. So.
Well, I think that the big thing that the Packers have got going lately is the Josh Jacobs.
Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
He's been taking over the last couple weeks. They gave him I think over 20 carries on Thursday Night Football, and obviously he had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So he went off, but I
How
feel like
many
that
yards
was
though? How many yards was that though?
not many yards because Detroit's one of the best teams against the run, which we'll get to later.
Yeah, I mean, he's totally been their rock this year. Was sad when they got rid of Aaron Jones because he's just to me a total Packer, his personality and everything, and everybody loved him in Green Bay.
Like Eddie Lacy.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, kind of like an Eddie Lacy. But
Oh no!
Oh my god!
This was
Dallas
a
Cowboys
crazy,
moment.
Crazy
So we're watching the
Bengals
Bengals Cowboys game.
What was he doing?
It's 2020 right now, so the punt just got blocked.
Got blocked.
They got
The
it
Cowboy touched
The Bengals
it.
got
One of the
And then the Bengals
gunners,
recovered
one of
it.
the gunners tried to.
I
catch
do
it.
want to say really quickly, we were watching the game. The commercial came on with Aiden Hutchinson in that State Farm commercial.
Yeah.
Do we think it's a possibility that he'll come back from the
No.
playoffs?
They said
No.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl?
If they make
Okay.
the Super Bowl, that'd be I think the earliest he would be ready by.
Remember, they get that extra week
Mhm.
between the Super Bowl and the
Yeah.
NFC Championship, so
That's
that
true.
could be the difference. But since we're talking about the game, what do we think of the Simpsons broadcast?
I want to see his.
It was valid.
Oh,
I thought it was
valid.
great.
I think it's valid.
They should do that more often.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, maybe
I want,
you got a Family Guy one
Yep,
next.
Family
Yeah.
Guy.
the entertaining one. This isn't NFL related, but for Christmas they're doing a Mickey Mouse and Friends one for NBA Christmas.
Oh,
yeah. That could be good.
That's gonna be nice.
I can get on that.
There's
Mickey
a lot
Mouse?
of meme potential with that one, especially too.
Mickey
'Cause I
Mouse.
think it was the Knicks Sixers game too. Is the game that's being done.
Oh, whoever's gonna be
So,
Mickey,
Mickey
bro.
Mouse,
Whoever's Mickey, bro, is gonna
Pluto,
get clowned.
Donald, Daisy,
Yeah.
Pete.
I'm gonna.
Y'all know Pete? Y'all know
Pete?
Goofy's points for
Yeah.
sure.
Y'all know Pete. What y'all know about Pete in the Mickey Mouse verse?
I got you.
Oh,
I
I know
got
all
you.
that.
Pete?
Whoever's going against Giannis is in trouble.
Steamboat Willie.
Yeah,
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
that's actually my favorite
Alright,
Mickey
bro,
Mouse.
we get it.
Al Michaels.
Elite Mickey
Al Michaels
Mouse.
facts. That ball nowhere actually. 10 out of 10 ball knowledge for that.
I got you, man. So
All right, well, let me finish up this Packers. I mean, I just have a couple more things to say. I was saying.
over here.
Well, yeah, I know you guys are gonna be yapping about the Bears for a while, so
we
just
don't
pipe
got
down
much-
over
there
there.
ain't much
Not
to
much,
say.
yeah,
There ain't
okay.
much to say about that.
But yeah, like I was saying before, Josh Jacobs, he's been a rock. I think he's been way better for us than Aaron Jones. I've said this on the pod before, but another key, they need to get healthy, especially in the corners. Jaron's come back. That will help us out a lot. And then one other guy I did want to highlight was Tucker Kraft. I think that he's going to end up being one of the best tight ends not ever, but in the league. He's going to be one of the better tight ends in the league.
He ain't no Brock Bowers though.
It's true.
Real rookie of the year.
Is Brock Bowers better than
Okay.
Tucker Kraft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got he's got more touches for sure. But the Packers spread it around so much that it's hard to say.
Right. Yeah. Low key. That's facts. The Raiders.
That is
Who are they throwing to at the Raiders?
Jacoby.
Right. Jacoby,
That's it.
Trey McBride's though, he's up there
Trey
too.
McBride's
with
been going
Bowers.
crazy.
I definitely think Bowers is still better, but those two are.
Hey. Cole Kmet though.
Dude, we'll talk about it. He dropped that 2-point conversion. That was a bad.
Anybody see
Not that it
anybody
matters.
see the Tucker Kraft play where he did
I
like
did-
the
yeah.
kick up?
That was amazing.
That was insane.
Yeah,
He's like a pack. He's a total Packer too.
Oh,
Like,
no.
My friend was watching that clip. He was
He
like,
might go down.
He was like, "Is that Shawn Michaels?"
Touchdown T.
He took
Higgins. I'm just kidding.
he honestly shouldn't have scored that, right?
No.
He should have went down.
Right. 'cause
That would've been
they
game.
Forced Cowboys to burn timeouts. Instead, we got stat pad.
Hey, if Dallas scores, hopefully they go for 2.
Wait,
Well,
that's crazy how big of a play that block punt was.
yeah.
That was a
It's
game
like-
changer.
Yeah.
That
Now
literally-
you're forcing Cooper Rush versus Joe Burrow to go lead a game-winning drive.
Well, now pretty much the Bengals are probably going to win this just because the gunner tried grabbing the ball out of the air.
Those are crazy.
Deron
reception.
Bland,
He should have went down.
Deron Bland is
That's
just
absolutely cooked on that play too.
Nah, Jamar Chase trusts the defense.
I don't trust the defense. I don't think they should
I don't-
trust the
yeah.
defense. But no,
Joe Burrow's like, "Oh, get out of bounds."
finish up talking about that team up
Watch
north.
him miss the extra point.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Finish talking about.
to
You got
ask.
anything else
Got
to
it.
add about? the
No, I
Packers?
just wanted to say Tucker Kraft because I
Oh,
think
okay.
he's gonna continue to get better and better. And I don't know. He's one of my favorite players on the Packers team right now. So What about you guys? What?
No, I was gonna say I like Tucker Kraft. He
Yeah.
seems like a good guy on and off the field.
He just
So
knows how to play the game right.
Look
Yeah.
at that stats.
Yeah.
That's 43.
Yeah. So going to the Bears
Can I say
game.
something about the Packers first before we?
Go for it.
Jordan Love is the Tom Brady of Jameis Winston's.
No.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
facts.
I like that.
You like that?
I actually like that.
Actually, yeah, that's fine.
He's a Tom Brady of Jameis
How long
Winston.
you been letting that one stew?
I mean,
After I brought up mine.
yeah,
He hasn't
for a
said that-
long time. No,
he
I've been
hasn't
trying to
talked
cook one
like
up.
3 minutes.
It's
He's
pretty
been
nice,
sitting
though.
on that one
He
for
was
a
prepping
while.
it.
Hey, what about
He was
this one?
cooking that.
Bryce Young is the Mike White of Patrick Mahomes.
Like, oh yeah, my
Oh, Mike
yeah.
White,
Wow.
yeah,
No,
legend.
actually,
Take
that
the mic
makes,
away from this guy, man.
that
Doesn't
makes
know what he's
sense.
talking
That
about
makes
over
sense.
here.
mean?
No, I get
Bryce Young's
that. I
cooking
get that though.
No, he's definitely been better.
Never forget Mike White.
Hey, ever since Rod Wave hit him up
Yeah.
and threatened to drop new music,
What,
he's been
I thought you hit him up.
No, it was
Or is that just
no,
Jordan Love?
no, that was just Jordan Love.
Oh,
No,
Jordan
Jordan Love
Love.
hit me up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
let's
That's right,
not
that's
let's
right.
not get that
Bryce,
confused.
Bryce Young tried to hit
Flipped
me up, but I was like, man, there's no saving you.
God.
You need Jesus or something.
And then Rod Wave texted.
And then Rod Wave texted him, and then he was like,
He got him. He
yeah,
got
Rod
him.
Wave's trying to drop new music. He's like, oh damn, I gotta play good.
I don't like it.
I don't want to listen to that. No Rod Wave.
Yeah, no. Panthers are kind of good now.
Are they?
They're playing some okay ball. I mean, they almost beat the Eagles.
They almost
Gotta
beat
give
the
them credit.
Chiefs.
They were a Leggett catch away from
Yeah,
beating them.
Xavier Leggett
at
catches
least
that,
close.
they win,
They
probably.
seem to have a problem with playing down the teams, though, it's the Eagles thing. I don't think the Panthers played good. I think the Eagles play down from time to time.
What about the Chiefs?
They just always play down and then aren't good enough to win all of the games.
That's
Somehow.
true.
It makes no sense. But that's just black magic of the Swifties and Arrowhead, I guess.
Hey, Quentin Johnson, the Jerry Rice of Nelson Aguilar's.
Yeah.
Hey, he actually caught some.
Yes.
I've never heard of
As
more
a Quentin
perfect.
Johnston owner, absolutely.
Hey, he actually caught some passes
Yeah.
yesterday. I mean, he got a touchdown. He
Yeah.
had some good catches. So
You want to talk about that crappy team we all root for?
I gotta think of.
Yeah.
I think it's
Well,
time, unfortunately.
We usually talk a lot about the Bears, so should we say something short and then see
Yeah.
what our guests have to say?
Yeah, well, I'll just say fire everybody.
You guys were
agree.
saying hire back Eberflus yesterday.
I
during the
may
game.
have accidentally said that, but I really quickly, one thing I do want to say is I said the defense is quitters, and I don't really think Thomas Brown is head coaching material
Yeah, no.
right now. So
Yeah,
that
I
was said
agree.
it.
One
I
game
agree.
without the head coach.
No,
and
I'm
he's
not just
already
saying
not-
because of one game.
He's already not head
No,
coaching material.
I'm not saying it just because of one game. I'm just saying it because we lost that game pretty bad.
Yeah.
No,
So
but
what
I'm
about
saying,
you?
I feel like there's a lot better candidates out there that I think we should take advantage of rather than going for someone.
Well, I mean, the way I see it,
Go ahead.
the Bears, they're obviously not going to make the playoffs. We all know that. But
We did have a chance.
we did have a chance
had one
before that
game,
game,
we
like
had a
what, 0.1 or something?
Yeah.
But this is Brown's chance to prove if he is head coach material. I know it didn't look good during that game, but I think we got 4 games left? So, or 3? What is it?
4.
I mean,
Four.
if he can win out
But
versus
Lions, Vikings.
this is his chance.
Seahawks.
Obviously, there's not. I mean,
Packers.
there's not a ton of pressure because they're out of the playoffs. So, I mean, just go out there, perform your best, and hopefully beat the Packers week 18.
Let's see. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas Brown for sure failed his opening audition for head coach. It was more of the same. Team showed up flat. Not a single phase really looked good in the first half, like it has all year, which is a significant problem when you're always playing from behind. Like, I think the Bears have trailed in every game from the first quarter, except for that line. No, what game did they score first?
Packers.
It was that Packers game.
Did they?
Yeah, that was literally the only game they've scored first this year.
It
and
was a
that's a
field goal.
problem.
Oh, okay.
That still hasn't clearly been
Okay.
addressed. Defense looked flat. Caleb played all right. The stats don't reflect it. He played all right. He made smart moves. He had an incredible ball to roam in the end zone for that first touchdown. He did turn the ball over once. I really still don't agree with the call. I don't think he fumbled that.
No, it was a backwards pass.
It was.
Tuck
It
roll.
was,
Tuck
I
roll.
think it was going
Tuck
side. I thought he was going sideways.
Side.
But that's the end of it. I mean, at this point, you really have to question, is Ryan Poles really the guy?
Okay.
It all starts with him. That is true.
The trenches that he's built, because this was a guy that came from the trenches. He played offensive line for the Bears at one point. So this should be his forte. Like, we should be Lions level of offensive line. We're not even close to that. Our interior looks like a JV football team.
I think I'd be better out there.
Exactly. Like, Our defensive
We should try
line really doesn't have much. Jervon
the game.
Dexter's come on great this year.
Yeah.
Montez Sweat's kind of not really been has really been a non-factor all year. If the trenches don't get entirely wiped and
Bengals
fixed,
just won.
Bengals won,
Bengals win.
which we assumed.
I think you need to question whether or not Ryan Poles is a good general manager.
Like low key, like when I was going to the Bears game against the Patriots, and like we had like 5 linemen out.
Yeah.
I thought like I was gonna get pulled aside. Like, hey, do you want to play O line today?
Like you.
I'd be
I
like,
mean, they could have put anyone out
That
there.
feels like
It
what
would've
they
been better.
do, honestly.
Yeah.
Like watching Coleman Shelton play center, it's like a pick a fan contest. He just
Yeah.
gets bowled over
What a
every
throw.
single play somehow.
My one thing, really quickly touching back on the coaching, is we see so many head coaches get fired, and their team comes out energized the next week and usually
Right.
wins. We look the complete opposite. Like you would have never thought this team hated Eberflus.
yeah.
No.
So that's why I'm kind of on the track that we just gave up, which
Yeah,
goes along with what we're kind of saying, where we might need to just clear house. But
Well, hey,
we need to get rid of the players.
Kyle Shanahan likes what we got going on over here.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, we can come on and
I,
find out.
I also think that the
Oh, Mike is
Niners
gone.
are just like a really good football team.
Yeah.
I think the last couple weeks, obviously they went in Green Bay. They had Purdy was out, and then last week they had to play in the snow, not their ideal conditions. But I feel like they wanted to come out firing, and why not do it against the Bears defense? So I think the Niners are good. The problem is, it might be too late because Seahawks got 2 games up on them in the division.
It's chalked.
And there's only 4
you're
weeks
talking about
left.
the Niners. I thought you were talking about the Bears.
So no, Bears are
It's
chalk.
chalk.
We know
Bears have been
that.
chalk
After the
since
Commanders
the-
game,
yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, the
But-
Niners they might be cooked.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's kind of crazy because
Yeah.
like you think about all these teams that are gonna miss the playoffs. You got the Niners are probably gonna miss.
The Cowboys,
Well, that's a
Bengals.
It doesn't matter if
Jets.
they make it. The Bengals. I feel like those are the big 2.
the Jets,
Wow.
The Jets?
Yeah, the Jets.
The
Yeah,
Titans?
Aaron Rodgers fixed them.
the Jaguars.
The Giants?
The Titans.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Nick
know.
Westbrook and Keenan.
Yeah, he's nice.
So
The Colts.
Yep.
Hey, I know we're not having a good season as Bears fans, but we can say we still have a better record than Aaron Rodgers.
Facts.
I saw a rumor
Right.
that came out. This is unsourced. This is saw it on the Yak this morning. On
So this is
Barstool.
breaking
This
news.
is breaking news. Aaron Rodgers had an order for solar panel roofs for his house in Jersey. He has since canceled the order for solar panels.
Wow.
Is Aaron Rodgers out of New York after this year?
I'm kind of
I'm saying, yeah.
surprised he
No,
believes
he's
in
not.
solar panels. Like,
Well,
use it.
He already
It's
said
like-
that he's either gonna play in New York or he's gonna retire. That's what he said. So
You can say anything. He
Devon.
can say anything. I'm sure.
Hey.
That's just saving face.
He is
so-
going to the Giants. I'm calling it now.
Hey, who's ready for Enigma? The Aaron Rodgers story.
ooh, it's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna
Oh,
be
nice.
You mean the 3-part docu-series on Amazon Prime?
I thought it was on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
We're sponsored.
Oh, you mean the 3-part docu-series on
sponsored
Netflix?
Yeah. Sorry, I remember. Yeah. We sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like to thank Netflix for sponsoring today's
So
episode.
they watch us. You're like, who are these guys?
I'm not even gonna see it.
They're this good. We gotta get these guys on Netflix.
You know, I still haven't got in touch with your guys' financial guy
Is it
to like
somehow
pay us,
put on
but
hold? I don't know.
you know, we really do watch a lot of Netflix. We support you guys.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the competition for that ad.
Yep.
Well, I guess they were probably just waiting for us to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna roll the trailer right now.
Yeah, there was nothing
Okay,
there, bro. There was
so
nothing
you-
there, man.
There might be.
What?
There was nothing.
To be determined.
You just watched the trailer for the new docu-series.
Man, that looked awesome.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I mean,
that sure looks good.
I
bro.
have that on
He
my
really is an
list
enigma.
already.
Yeah.
So
I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
He really is an enigma.
honestly,
Enigma.
anyways, let's move on from that.
Jackson Smith enigma.
Do we have anyone else want to say anything else?
I want to ask. I don't want you guys to answer this because I asked you because we talked about this last spot. I want to hear what their
Oh yeah.
what their takes
Oh yeah.
are. On it.
Yeah.
Do you guys at the beginning of the season were you guys saying or did you think that this was a rebuild year for the Bears?
I thought it was a
And-
frisky contend year.
and-
I thought it was like a
Okay,
9-8, 10-7 type of year where they could be fringe playoffs if everything had to go right for that to happen. Like Caleb would have had to look like CJ Stroud last year. Defense would have had to play top 5. Matt Eberflus would have had to pull his head out of his butt and be a real head coach. But
Impossible.
yeah, none of those three things really happened from the start. So that's where we are now. I did say at the beginning of the year the Bears had a chance to go to the playoffs. I will say I said that.
But like you wouldn't classify it as that you guys were rebuilding this year.
No, I would not have said we would be picking top 10 yet again this year.
Okay.
See, the problem is they
Whoa.
always.
I'm getting looks. I did not say they were rebuilding.
Yes, you did.
I said they
Yes,
were
you
at the end. Didn't we say they were at the end of the
They were
rebuilding
towards the
stage?
end. All I said was that this was never the year.
Right.
You
that's what I
did.
said,
You
too.
said
like that's where I was.
Chris said, you know, we can go back and look at it, but Chris said,
Put the
I'm
clip
pretty
in.
sure that, you know, I think people are forgetting that this was still, you know, a rebuild year for us,
I mean, what I meant by that,
which is not what
again,
any Bears fan said at
is
the beginning of the
that-
season.
we were at the end of the rebuild period, as in we're not contenders. Like
Right.
we're not going to
We're
make
at the
play-
frisky contender.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd make the playoffs. I thought we obviously show more effort than this, but
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we still lack talent in a lot of areas that we need to add on. So, you know, I think rebuilding's never done, you know, or rebuild's never done until you win the Super
The
Bowl.
Bears are in a perpetual state of rebuild.
That's what I'm
That's all it is.
See, like, think about it. The Bills are still in a rebuild.
Well, like
No,
They're just
okay,
rebuilding
no.
for that trophy.
Like-
you know what I'm saying?
like you could say
We're
they're
all
in
in a
a-
rebuild.
There's
Eliminated.
evolving, there's contending, there's
Every year.
competing, and then
We're
there's
all
rebuilding.
rebuilding.
The Bills are competing. They're adding veteran guys that are going to make position groups significantly better. We're having to add younger guys because if we add those veterans, they're going to be old and retired by the time we get anywhere close to being decent as a team.
like the Panthers, like their fans were saying they're rebuilding at the beginning of the year. Like no one was even
What?
expecting them to be good.
No.
You know, like I don't know why there's cake on.
Oh, I'm assuming that has to do with the Simpsons broadcast,
No,
it's
way.
Simpsons
especially
broadcast.
since it's pink,
Oh.
the Homer donut.
You
Yeah.
Jamar got slammed too with the donut.
Okay, that was my only question. I just wanted to see what you guys thought.
I think, well, talking about the Bears or whatever, it's just like, obviously our record's not that good, but I feel like the Bears and I'm not saying we're the Cincinnati Bengals, but I feel like our teams have a lot in common. We're winning we're not winning games. We're in games and then we just like lose at the very end. Commanders game, you got the Hail Mary throw.
I did see if every one score game was reversed, the Bears would be 8-4.
Yeah,
And the Chiefs
'cause-
would be last.
Like, oh yeah,
Chief-
they were
yeah,
like,
Chiefs
it
would
was
be
like
last.
2-11 or
Yeah.
something ridiculous, or not 2-11. It was some ridiculously.
But yeah, you got the Commanders game, then you got the Packers missed kick, the Vikings false hope overtime game, and then Matt Eberflus getting fired with a timeout in his pocket. So I mean that's 4 games right there.
So
He's still holding on to that.
no,
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. And my only to play devil's advocate with it is like, pretty much in every single one of those games there were plays, whether it was the play before or actually on the play, where those like a lot of those games were preventative, and that's just the culture of the Bears. So that was the culture of the Bears, like that set that, you know, like it wasn't just like, man, they got. I mean, obviously it's still unlucky, but there were things that they like helped themselves lose those games
Yeah,
in a way,
yeah.
you know, like
Play before the Hail Mary.
play before the Hail Mary, the time,
I mean, it's
even
not
on the Hail Mary.
right. I mean, the timeout. Well, the thing that kills me about the timeout is you shouldn't have had to use the timeout because you were already like inside the 20. You had driven down, but there were drive-killing penalties along the way. And that just comes back. To your
Besides
lack of
maybe the
discipline.
Bears Packers one.
See,
Yeah, that was like the only one that like straight up.
Yeah.
But like that could also come down to coaching because you know Cairo's kicking it low, so
Yeah.
hey, let's maybe like make sure we get on top of these guys, make sure they can't get up here because we know he's got a low trajectory from 40 and out.
Well, I think the thing that was stupid with that game, because obviously, you know, Santos doesn't kick it very high, but there was like 25 seconds on the clock, and they're like, all right, let's just run the clock out and kick the field
Oh yeah,
goal.
they could have ran
They
another
could have
play.
easily ran another play, got, you know, 10 or 15 yards or something, and just made it more manageable. Again, I'm not saying Santos is a terrible kicker, but I feel like once you get him outside like the 40, I don't know if I like really trust him that much.
Yeah, and that's
he's
part
good
of-
from
See,
short.
I agree here, and I wholeheartedly believe that they should have ran another play.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you risk the chance of a fumble.
Yeah.
You risk the chance of just so many things going wrong. You risk the chance of a penalty, bringing the kick even farther back.
But look at a coach like Dan Campbell, who
Went for
is
it
like,
on 4th down.
he's like, oh, I'm gonna risk it every time because I trust my players to not make those mistakes. So I don't know. It's just two different, and obviously that's a bit. I mean, that's the reason why Eberflus got fired. But it's
Like,
just two different sides of the spectrum.
We've watched every Bears game to this point. How many times has DeAndre Swift fumbled this year?
0, I believe.
Right. So like that's all
Just
the more
hand
reason to believe
Well, I mean, are
you
we
can trust
putting-
him in that situation.
I mean, even then, I don't think Roshan's fumbled, but I don't
Right,
think we put
yeah,
DeAndre in that
exactly.
situation. I don't
Yeah,
think we
you know
would
who
put
has
DeAndre in that
fumbled?
situation.
Caleb.
Homer.
Oh, okay. That's
Well,
not
he
right.
wouldn't.
Homer Simpson?
From the Simpsons
yeah.
broadcast?
He just threw Homer Simpson threw
Oh,
two
what play was
touchdowns.
that on?
And
What
then
play was that on?
no
That
Kramer.
is under.
Oh, Kramer. Yeah.
Kramer
No
in the
comment.
Commanders game.
Dog.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's give it
yeah,
to Kramer instead of
that-
Swift.
Okay, well that falls on Waldron for thinking that was the play to dial up, and Eberflus for saying, yeah, this is the play to dial up.
Yeah.
I remember it came out. DJ Moore was like, "Oh, I thought that I didn't know we were actually that play was written up on the whiteboard. I didn't know we were actually going to run it."
He's like, yeah, we practiced a couple times in practice, but like I didn't actually think we were gonna like.
You know, it was
that
Doug Kramer's idea.
I don't.
Is that-
Hey,
I want my
he's
play.
in Chin
My
Walden's ear
play.
like, hey coach, like I got it this time.
And he probably thought it was like.
And Shane
DeAndre.
Waldron was- Shane
He
Waldron
probably thought it
was
was like Roshan or something.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, go ahead,
Shane
Roshan.
Waldron's like, oh yeah.
I understand. I understand it now.
Yeah.
Like instead of
No, I
Philly,
don't.
he was like, hey, you want Kramer?
Kramer.
It's Kramer.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit, yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something about the Bears?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think I'm gonna disagree with you guys on this. I think Bears fans talk about this too much. We're too content. We are a second half team, but you have to have a first half to beat teams. You'd rather be a second half team than a first half. But if you don't have any first half points, like you're not gonna win any games. And I think we focus too much on the block field goal or bad timeout call, not calling the timeout, or all these plays at the end of the game. But and we forget that they're starting all these games that they dig themselves a hole. And I think Caleb Williams needs to stop painting his fingers.
Okay.
He's
Well,
too much of a diva.
I
They're
don't think
the
that's
whole
a problem.
the whole offense. They're divas. They like to dig a hole and then they're like, oh, I've got to come back and we need to win. And then they start playing good in the second half, but it's too late. And then things happen like that in close games where if you played good in the first half or at least decent, you would be up, and then you wouldn't have to have a potentially game-winning field goal that could get blocked. You could just play good defense and win the game like
Great
that.
take. I like that.
And all these decisions that Eberflus was having to make, he probably wouldn't have to make anymore because
He just wouldn't have.
they'd be up,
Oh.
they'd be winning.
But that also comes down to poor coaching, coming out flat in that first half, coming out half flat in every first half this year to this point. That's poor coaching. That's poor preparation. That falls on the coaching staff.
I'm ready to start blaming the players, though.
Especially
We're just
after
not
the Hail Mary.
I'm ready to
executing,
start blaming
so-
like the stadiums. I'm ready to start blaming
Yeah.
the mayor.
It all starts at the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
It all
JB
starts with
Pritzker.
McCaskey. No,
It all
that's-
starts with Pritzker.
That's Pritzker. No.
It all
we're
starts
getting
with
political.
That's
Whoa.
what's her
Other
name? What's her name?
podcast.
We're not Virginia McCaskey.
No, the
Underwood?
Lori Lightfoot's no
Lori
longer there.
Lightfoot.
No, it's Brandon Johnson
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, never mind. Hey, never mind.
Well, since we're talking about the Bears and the first half performances, you know how many points they have in the last 2 games for first half? 0. So I kind of agree. They got to come out firing, and unfortunately, they haven't been able to do that. And obviously, it's nice, when the Bears play good in the second half, and they give you that. But the problem is, they give you that false hope every week that they're going to pull it off, and then they don't. So, life as a Bears
Hey,
fan.
well, at
is
least
not-
we've seen that they can play from behind. Good.
they can, but we've seen them play with a lead and also be terrible.
They don't know how to win. They don't know how to. Bears need to learn how to win.
I miss Club Dub.
At least they got a good punter though.
Yeah,
They do have a good punter.
But I didn't think he was gonna be punting a lot.
Hey,
Hey,
number
we never
one.
said that. Hey, we never said that. We never said that.
Don't
That was on
worry.
Caleb.
Yeah, that's on him, honestly.
He's got more point yards than Caleb does passing.
Yeah, but don't worry, you're not gonna have to punt much.
Next year, you want. He was talking about next year.
Yeah, next year.
He was talking about future tense.
He was talking about 10 years.
Well, he was in when he got drafted in April. He wouldn't have to punt much in April or
May,
or
yeah,
June.
yeah, 'cause we're not playing football
playing.
Or
at that
during
time.
playoff
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any other games we want to talk about that happened this week? I mean, it felt like a pretty bland slate of games. I mean,
Other than Bills Rams.
I think
Yeah.
the Bills-Rams game we should talk
Yeah.
about. Josh Allen, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. First player to ever do that, and still lost the game.
It's true.
Hey, my boy Puka.
That's just
Puka
Bills
Nakua.
Mafia.
I love my boy Puka.
Puka.
Picked him up off waivers last year.
Now, if,
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I kept him in my keeper league.
And what about George Whittington?
We don't talk about Jordan Williams.
He's up next. Just wait.
He up next.
he's
He's
up
up
next
next.
in the injury reserve tent.
Yeah.
obviously in the playoffs, you need to have a good defense. to make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. But the Bills' defense did not look good. Is that a potential concern come playoff time?
The Bills' defense has been stout all year. I think this was a one-game
Yeah.
falter against an offensive mastermind.
The Rams are good. Let's not discredit the Rams.
They've been-
They're
with
good. Yeah,
injuries,
since they gotten Puka back and Carr,
Right.
and they've came back looking significantly better.
Right. They just, make mistakes.
Mhm.
every
Everybody
once in
makes
a while.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
has those days.
That's just Matt Stafford, though.
Yeah,
Matt Stafford.
that's just the Matt Stafford experience.
the Matt Stafford experience.
Our cameraman.
If you had to guess what the original total was for the Bills-Rams game, what would you guess it was?
Well, for like the over/under,
Yeah, for the point total.
51
42 and a half.
35.
Very close.
Evan was closest. It was 50.5.
Wow.
We totaled out at 86. So
Wow.
over cleared by 36 points in that game.
But again, I think
Yeah.
I think Vegas knew something about the Rams because personally, I thought the Bills should have been like -5.5 or -6 because I don't know. I've seen some games where the Rams just kind of come out flat and they don't do anything, but they looked good and
Vegas always knows.
Yeah, they do know. So
I gotta stop
I'll give
sitting
them their
Matthew
credit.
Stafford.
Yeah. Yeah, you traded for him and then you just don't.
No, I played him like the last 2 weeks, and then this week I was like, Geno Smith. He was playing it a lot easier of a team because I was like, Matthew Stafford playing the Bills defense versus Geno Smith playing Arizona's defense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Geno Smith,
Yeah.
Ooh, bad choice.
but it ended up being a bad choice. I mean, not like it mattered, but
Yeah.
the question is for that division because obviously it's a tight race. Do we think that the Seahawks are gonna hang on, or do we think that the Rams could potentially pass them, only one game back?
Well, I
think the
think
Rams-
it's definitely possible.
oh yeah, the Rams.
Anything's
I think
possible.
the Rams will win that division.
Yeah, I think the
Anything is
Seahawks.
possible.
I think they
Anything
play.
is possible.
The
Well, I know
Packers.
they play the Packers and the
they're gonna
Bears.
lose.
That's 2 of their games. What are the other 2?
So
Packers, Bears. I don't know the
I
other two.
got you.
Probably other division games, if I had to guess.
So
The Rams are
Maybe the
coming
49ers one more time? Or no, they already played the
What was that?
49ers twice.
They're coming hard.
Ooh, they play the
What?
Rams.
The
Seahawks.
Rams.
Oh.
Seahawks have their next 2 games at home against the Packers, Vikings. They then travel to Chicago for Thursday night, and then they also play their last game in LA.
Ooh,
So
There it is.
That could be
West-
2-2.
The NFC West could come down to game 18, week 18.
That could be for a playoff spot.
This feels like that can be the Sunday night game that week. If everything sets up right, that feels like Sunday night football of week 18.
I don't know. We'll see. Hope they beat the Vikings, to be honest. but-
Because if we're looking at the NFC standings right now, I don't think Vikings and the Packers. I don't think they're going to win the division over Detroit, but they're obviously going to make the playoffs off wild card. Then you have you got the Seahawks and the Rams battling for their division, and then who else we got?
Did he say the
NFC
Packers?
Commanders.
Did he say the
Yeah.
Packers?
NFC South. You got
And that'll just be
Tampa-
the division.
Oh,
Tampa's
Warriors
winning that
probably?
division.
Tampa.
They'll
And
probably
that'll be
make
it.
it, and then the Philly. So Washington. Now the question is with Washington, do we think that they can hang on, or are they going to fall?
They'll probably hang on.
Because
fall.
they got a couple games
So
to rely on, but
next they have this week against New Orleans.
When?
They then have Philly in DC, Atlanta in DC, and then they close out in Dallas. Excuse me, with the. With
I think
the
that could be
Cowboys.
3 wins.
That's what I was going to say. 3-1.
I don't, but like
I think 2.
I don't know. Kirk Cousins is like gotta be the most inconsistent human of all time.
Yeah.
You have no idea which guy you're getting week
Yeah.
in, week out. Like there was beginning of the year when he looked like absolute stud. This year where he just looks like a fly, or this stretch where he looks like flying pile of garbage.
Yeah. He's been playing bad.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in these coming weeks. Playoffs are going to shape up pretty interestingly.
Let's hop into our start sets.
Yeah.
We only got. I think we're only gonna. Well, we didn't do too well last week.
We're in
We're
a
not even
timeout.
gonna talk about it. Okay, let's just forget about that. I think we're just gonna take Luke A's.
Yeah.
Because we need to switch it up a little bit,
Yeah, we're in
and
timeout.
we're gonna take his advice, and we think that you guys should too. Why don't you start us off with your first start for fantasy this week? I know it's a playoffs for a lot of people, so this could be huge.
Every player matters.
Obviously, I'm not going to give you, the obvious Derrick Henry. I was going to say Christian McCaffrey, but he's out now.
Joe
But,
Mixon.
Joe Mixon, Saquon. But first start of the week, I think you got to go to Rico Dowdle. playing the Carolina Panthers, one of the worst teams against the run. We just saw Saquon go for 100 against them. We've seen plenty of running backs have success against the Panthers, including DeAndre Swift. So I think it's a good spot for him to find the end zone, get 100 yards rushing. If you get a bonus for that, I think that's nice. He'll catch a couple passes. I could see Rico Dowdle scoring around 20 fantasy points. Be a nice flex play for
I
your
like
lineup.
that.
Okay.
I like that.
What about Zeke?
We ain't starting Zeke.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
washed.
Zeke
All right.
ain't starting Zeke.
What's your next one? I like that. I
My
like that
next
first
one,
pick.
now I'm going to say this. It's only if Breece Hall is ruled out, but I think Braylon Allen is going to have a much better game this week. I thought last week he wasn't going to perform that well against Miami. They were 6-point underdogs, so I wasn't sure how much they'd use him with Isaiah Davis being their pass catcher. But I think Jacksonville, another team that just gives up a lot of rushing yards. Tony Pollard for the Titans. He had, I think, over 100 yards. I don't know if it was from scrimmage or rushing yards, but he had plenty of carries and he had a lot of success against them. And I think the Jets will probably be favored in that game. So I could see Braylon Allen getting some more carries and putting up a decent fantasy score.
So my question is, if you had let's say you had a guy you're trying to pick between like Braylon Allen or let's say, like you said, Tony Pollard or Aaron Jones, like are you saying like to start Braylon Allen over those two, or are those two guys more of a automatic start for you?
Well, obviously you have to look at who else is on your team and kind of look at the matchups a little bit. But because the thing is, in the playoffs, I'm always going to start the guy, even if they're projected a little less, I'm always going to start the guy who I think's in the better matchup and might have more like upside to score a touchdown.
Okay.
And I feel like those two, we'll see what their odds are later in the week, but I think both of them could find the end zone.
Okay.
Maybe not once, but maybe twice.
And then who is your sit? Because I'm looking at it right now, and I'm looking for a little bit of an explanation here.
Okay, so I know we kind of talked about how Jacobs, he scored 3 touchdowns against them, but in terms of like yards, he didn't do much. But my sit of the week is James Cook. I think that the Lions are going to be favored in this game, and as we saw last week with the Rams game, they weren't able to use James Cook that much because they were in a trailing game script. And when that happens, he doesn't get as many carries. And they also have, Ty Johnson and who's the other running back they got? Ray Davis. Yeah, Ray Davis. They use them in the passing game too. And I don't think James Cook is gonna. I don't think James Cook's gonna have much success on the ground against Detroit. Obviously, if he finds the end zone, he'll probably put up double-digit fantasy. But I could see him underperforming for your fantasy teams this week.
I don't think he did too well against LA.
No.
Okay. I mean, Josh Allen took pretty much care of the rushing that
He
game.
vultured. Yep.
Yeah. Well, now what about Frank Gore Jr.?
Start.
A start? Yeah.
Must start.
Okay.
Well,
What about Frank Gore Senior?
Ooh.
I'm gonna bench him this
Yeah, I'm
week.
benching him.
I'm
What about
thinking-
Tom Brady this week?
He's better than his boxing career.
Personally, yeah.
First-
I probably
first-
start
yeah.
Tom Brady.
Peyton
And my
Manning?
super flex.
Just in case.
Peyton Manning.
No,
Peyton?
no.
Peyton
no,
or
we're
Peyton?
not starting this right
Peyton
now.
or Peyton?
I'm not. No, that commercial
Peyton.
gives me nightmares.
Bundle Rooski.
Bundle
That
Roos.
one's even worse. I don't even know how.
Bundle Rooski.
Can we pull up the picks
Oh yeah, I got you.
or the games? I guess.
So we hold on.
Oh, Yahoo Sports.
All right, over this
No.
last week. What we should go over the records?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Go for it.
Me and Evan both went 8-5. Chris went 9-4, trying to get a leg up on us. Me and Evan are 97-64 on the season. Chris, 96. I did my math wrong. Chris is 96-65. There we go. And we're both 97-64.
Wow.
Close battle.
Close
Tight.
battle.
Yep.
Well,
Tight.
considering at
We're
one
starting out.
point I went 14-0 in one of the weeks.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know how.
Yeah, and you didn't put
And I
any
didn't
bet in
put it
on
in.
it.
Oh,
I mentioned that.
come on, Chris.
And I don't know how.
What week was it?
I have no.
Oh, maybe like
8. It was early.
I
on
could
this
go
season.
back and look.
All right. I got the games.
Perfect.
Thursday night, Rams, Niners.
Should we just go down the
Yeah.
line?
Yeah.
Rams, Niners.
Before we start, where's the game?
It doesn't
San
matter because the
Francisco.
Rams play
San Francisco?
17
So
they play
whatever
17
team he
road
says,
games.
whatever team he
That's
says
true.
second, that's where it's at.
I'm
Got
gonna
it.
say Niners because I think the Rams tend to come out hot a lot, then do absolutely horrible in the next game. I think the Bears may have given the 49ers their mojo back. So I'm gonna go Niners.
I'm going Rams.
I'm going Rams.
I'm going Rams.
Keep the receipts, man.
I'm taking the Niners. I
There we
think
go.
that Bears game hyped them up a little bit. Obviously, their chances of playoffs are slim. Must-win scenario for Kyle Shanahan and the Niners. I think they're going to come out hot again.
Rams. Lack of depth for the Niners finally shows this week on a short week.
Chiefs Browns.
Chiefs.
No, you're gonna go Jameis. Give me my boy Jameis.
Browns.
Give me Browns. Give me the Browns.
Eating W.
Chiefs.
Browns. Come on, bro.
I feel like this game, because obviously they seem to like always like barely pull it off. It seems like whenever Mahomes goes against a defense that has like that alpha defender like Max Crosby or TJ Watt, the Browns got Myles Garrett, and I think he's going to put a lot of pressure on him. And I think it's going to be a close game, but I don't know. I feel like Jameis Winston's not that great when it comes to managing the football. So I can see a pick
Whoa.
six. So I'm going.
We don't
Chiefs.
say that
Talking
about
about the same
Jameis
guy.
on this pack. The Tom Brady of Jake, or the Tom
The
Brady.
Tom Brady of Jay Cutlers. That's who you're.
No, the
Very
Tom-
fun
the
to
Tom
watch.
Brady of Peyton Manning's.
Yeah.
Jameis.
Yes.
I don't
Sure.
think that sounds right. Browns.
Okay.
Dog pound comes alive.
Bengals Titans.
Bengals.
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 Commander Saints.
Commanders.
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 Commies.
Okay.
Whoa!
Well,
you
yeah,
can't
that
say
one-
that.
Next.
Yes.
It's the what?
He
The
said
commies. That's the abbreviation.
Next pick.
Ravens Giants.
Ravens.
Oh my
Ravens.
gosh, Ravens.
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 Ravens. This guy. That's almost worse than mine.
Cowboys
hey,
Panthers.
before.
Oh my.
Hey, remember Daniel Jones is the only NFC quarterback to beat Lamar Jackson, but obviously he's not there anymore. So
Cowboys Panthers.
tough one.
I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Panthers.
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 I'm gonna go Panthers.
Sir Purr. Sir Purr. No. Sir Purr coming alive on Sunday.
What is that thing? Sir Purr.
This is a snooze fest, bro. Jets Jaguars.
Jets.
Jets. Jets.
Jets.
Jets.
Jaguars.
Jets.
Oh,
With Mac Jones.
With Mac Jones.
Jaguars.
Worst quarterback in the league.
Jaguars.
Okay. Okay.
That's Aiden O'Donnell or O'Connell. whatever.
Maybe it's just because I hate Aaron Rodgers, but Jaguars.
Dolphins Texans. This could be interesting. This could be interesting.
I'm gonna go Texans.
Give me the Dolphins. They're still fighting for that playoff spot.
Trying to think about all the, Come back to me. Come back to me.
No.
What? No.
Come back.
No, make your pick right now.
Pick
3.
Dolphins.
Glaze.
I'm also going for the Dolphins.
I'm going the Texans. They're coming off a bye. I think they're going to make their adjustments they need. They're getting healthier again. Nico Collins, Joe Mixon, DJ Stroud, all looking good. I think they'll come out and because Miami, I think is Miami out of the play? Are they clinched?
They're
Are
6
they
and 7.
out?
They still have a
They're not
chance.
Okay. Well, I think Houston will come out fire tonight. Give me Houston.
Texans.
Texans. I'm switching to Texans.
No,
You switched.
no.
Oh, he didn't switch.
I can't switch.
Oh, so you're.
He hears my elite ball knowledge.
Okay, I'll stick that. I'll stick with them.
Oh,
The
nice.
Dolphins.
Colts
Got a lot of
Broncos.
confidence on it.
Bronx.
Broncos.
Who is it?
Colts Broncos.
Let's-
Give me the Colts.
I'm taking the Browns.
The battle of the horses.
Nay.
It is the battle of the horses,
Maybe.
but Denver.
Broncos.
Game of the week, I think, right here. Bills Lions.
Bills Mafia. Bill,
I'm
give me the Bills.
I'm going Lions.
Give me the Bills.
Bills.
Hey, this was my Super Bowl matchup. Oh no, it was Ravens Lions.
This would be an ideal Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bills.
I would love it.
I'm going Bills.
It's so tricky because it's like I could see it going either way, but obviously if it was in Buffalo, I think Buffalo would be big favorites. But in Detroit, yeah. Here's the thing I don't think anyone talked about before. If you guys had to guess, how many outdoor games do you think the Lions have played this year?
2.
Well, how many division? You said 2?
Yeah, one
It's-
versus the Packers. One versus the
All right, I'm gonna
Vikings.
give
They
it 2.
played outdoors in the like.
3.
the Vikings are in indoor stadium.
Oh yeah.
3. Final guess.
1, and it was the Green Bay game.
Well,
And I don't think Jared Goff's like that good of a quarterback. I mean, we saw against the Texans or whatever. You know, he struggled.
Oh, but you think he's better than Justin
Detroit,
Herbert?
man. Games in
The
Detroit.
game, no, I know the game's
Yeah.
in Detroit, so give me the Lions.
Lions.
Steelers, Eagles.
Steelers.
Steelers.
What is going on here?
Eagles.
You're getting punked.
Eagles.
EAGLES
split.
Eagles.
Hey,
Wow, you know how to spell Eagles.
Oh, the professionals and the guess.
Patriots, Cardinals.
Yeah, okay, guy.
Cardinals. No. Don't say Drake May.
You say Patriots, I'm just about
Cardinals.
knowledge.
Cardinals.
Patriots.
Cardinals.
Cards.
Real low key though, like Drake May's gonna
Upset.
go crazy. I think.
No.
Upset.
Buccaneers, Chargers.
That could be.
That's a tough one.
Tertiary game of the week.
Ugh. I'm gonna say Buccaneers.
Chargers.
Buccaneers.
Chargers.
Chargers.
Buccaneers.
Herbert's a clear better.
I know
Quarterback
Herbert's
and
better,
Baker.
but I don't think the team around.
don't
Outduel,
care.
outduel.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
Baker
care.
Mayfield's Baker Mayfield.
Packers, Seahawks.
I'm glazing Baker.
Packers,
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Is that right?
Packers.
But that 12 man gonna get to them, man. The Seahawks.
Packers.
Of course. Seahawks.
Packers.
Seahawks.
Seahawk to us.
Out.
You know, actually, 220 invested all of our money together into the Hawk Tua coin.
How'd that go for you?
No, because it dipped.
We bought the
okay.
dip. We bought the
Isn't
dip.
it still dipping?
No, it's gonna go back up once they put the money back.
Yeah.
Once the SEC tells them to put
Yeah.
the money back in.
Yeah.
Bears, Vikings.
Bears.
Vikings.
Bears.
Vikings.
Vikings.
Oh, and your so-called fans over here.
Guys.
Fakers.
Again, we're acting like the Bears still have a chance of making the playoffs.
Falcons, Raiders.
Yeah, fakers.
Falcons, Raiders.
Oh God. Falcons. Kirk, please.
Raiders. They ain't stopping our powers. Max Crosby's gonna have
Kyle
Max
Pitts.
Crosby is gonna have 8 sacks.
Falcons.
Kyle Pitts is going bar for bar.
Falcons.
Desmond Ritter revenge game. Nah, I'm taking Falcons.
Thank you.
Give me the Raiders.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
that's all we have for the pod today, guys. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I know there's so many of you.
Always is.
Thank you guys for letting us come in here and pause and joining the pod with us.
Hey, and you know what they get for being on here? Free 220 Takes T-shirts.
Oh.
Yep, we have them in the car. We'll give them to you after we finish recording.
way.
Yeah.
This is better than Christmas.
all right, well,
Christmas came early.
Make sure we're following the TikTok. We got so much stuff on there.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, anything, anywhere.
Please.
As always, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.